What's good, Phinish? What's good? Whew, my throat. What's good? Hope everyone is having a fantastic evening. It's your boy Reason. We are back here for another one. Pardon my voice right now. Still battling that cold. Fighting through it though. Shout out to Rhino Sith for the $2 donation. And said, here's to 300 more. Good job, my friend. I appreciate it, dude. Tonight's the 300th episode, and I'm feeling in a giving mood. So I'm going to make an announcement tonight because we're only about 52 52 subscribers away from 5,000. So I'm going to make an announcement because I'm going to do a giveaway when we actually do hit 5,000. So be on the lookout. I will make that announcement tonight. Again, I appreciate all of y'all for spending some time with me on your Wednesday evening. Today, in regards to practice, was not the best day in the world for the offense. But, here's the thing. This offense, the thing that's been going on through training camp, the one consistent is this offense continues to bounce back every time they have a down day. So, whether it be the O-line or the running game, or whatever case may be, they've always bounced back the day after. So I guess the positive person in me is saying, hey, maybe they'll do it again. So I'm hoping today that they pop off tomorrow and we have more of an offensive day, because the thing that sucks is when it's a defensive day, not a lot of highlights come out. There is not a lot of highlights today at all. So we'll go over what the days were. But hey, it wasn't an explosive day for the offense. 2 interceptions today. One of them was on him. The other one was he threw the ball a little high to Matt Collins. Matt Collins tipped it up into the air, went off Nick Needham's hands, and then Xavier Howard made the pick. So, the first one was definitely on him. They released the highlight of that, and it was on 7-on-7s. It wasn't even in 11-11s. But the one thing that they were saying today, that before we get into everything, was it was really windy today. So, he had to deal with the torrential downpour back in minicamp. But today he had both quarterbacks. They said Brissett suffered as well from the wind today too. So, and another good thing too is that boy Kirk Merritt was all over the field, man. That boy Kirk Merritt was making plays today. He recovered a fumble, made some catches, got some work in with Tua. So that boy Kirk Merritt, I'm telling you right now, shout out to Daddy Dean. Congrats. Looking forward to the playoff Reason edition. So am I, bro. You know what? There's only 159 of you right now. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell y'all. Well, when we get to 300 people, I'm going to make the announcement, all right? Because I'm going to be doing a giveaway. Again, I'm only 52 subs away from 5,000. So when I'm going to make the announcement of what the giveaway is going to be. All right? So just a way to give back to some of you guys. So I'm actually probably going to do 2. I'm going to select 2 people for this giveaway. I'm not going to do your usual 1. All right. So I'm going to go in. I'm going to give back to you guys because you guys have been so good to me. And it says, congrats, bro. Keep pushing. Appreciate that, man. All right. So I'm going to go over training camp. I will make the giveaway announcement at the same time. It's the preemptive giveaway announcement. And then I'm going to tell y'all the date that the giveaway is going down, that it'll start. So basically, I'm going to announce what the giveaway is today, and then the giveaway is going to start during the game this weekend. All right. So I'll tell you all the details when we get into it. All right. So again, when there's 300 people in the room, I'll go ahead and I'll announce the giveaway to all you guys, or giveaways, I should say. All right. Let's get Irving. $2 says congrats on the 300th episode, big homie. On the way to 5K. Let's get it there, man. Let's get it there. Thanks 4P. I appreciate it, dude. Way, I'm just happy I found the greatest sports community ever. Congrats, Reason. Thank you, bro. Thanks, dude. I'm getting better. I am getting better. My throat's been drying out today. It's weird. Daddy Dean, I didn't know how I timed out someone. Sorry, Reason. It's all good, man. Just don't leave it open in your pocket. That's how people randomly get timed out in the chat. Z-Man says, congratulations, Reason. You've been doing things in the Dolphin community, giving us what we really need to hear. As fans of the team, we want to be successful. Yeah, bro. We all want the same thing at the end of the day, right? So, I mean, it is what it is. You're kicking ass, Reason. Appreciate you, man. Congratulations, brother. Thank you, bro. Tua threw 2 picks today. He threw 1 and 7 on 7s to Xavier Howard. I have the highlight. It's one of the few highlights I released today. And then he threw a ball a little high to Matt Collins. Matt Collins tipped it up into the air, went off Needham's hands, and then went to Xavier Howard. Hammer, $3. Congrats on 300. Appreciate you, dude. Oh, another announcement too. Let's I got a couple announcements actually. You know what? Let's get into it. I'm gonna kick off something a little different here before we get into everything, because I do have a couple announcements to make. Wow. Damn. Wow. $50 American donation from Nathan Berkey. Congrats on 300, Reason. Best content available. Appreciate you, Nathan. Thank you for the donation, bro. Appreciate that a ton, brother. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate that, dude. We're gonna hit 1,000. Don't you worry. We're gonna, in some form or capacity, Phinside the NFL, gonna be around for over 1,000. I can tell you that right now. Don't worry, we're gonna be around. So 98 and 2 more people into the room. When they hit to 300, we'll go and I'll go ahead and I'll announce the giveaway. All right. All right. So I do have a couple of announcements that I have to make, especially as we're getting closer to 300. So let me just look something up here right now. I have a new sponsor as of tonight as well. So I want to shout them out too. I want to go through, I want to do the new shout outs and stuff like that tonight too. All right. So here's the deal, guys. I've got a new sponsor tonight, but as always, I'm going to shout out all my sponsors. I'm going to go do the whole thing shebang right now. Give time. Maybe the 300 will be here by the time we get there. Okay. So if you'd like to donate to the channel, as always, paypal.me/Phinside. Another quick thing about there is room in the free league. So I've got 4 spots. I believe 4 spots, like 2 or 4 spots left in the free league. So if you want to join the free league, the paid leagues are totally full. They're taken now. I've got the 2 ones going on. But if you want to join the free Phinside the NFL Fantasy League, email phinsidethenfl@gmail.com. I have like 4 spots left. So if any of you guys are interested in that, let me know. yeah, if you'd like to donate to the channel, paypal.me/Phinside. Also, if you would like to become a Patreon, that's where I put like when I get insider info, when I get told things. I'm now going to be putting the majority and going in further in depth to what I'm told on the Patreon. So patreon.com/Phinside the NFL. You can even join up and see how right I've been over the past like 2 months, since this month and a half or so since I started doing it. So I'll be putting information that I get that I can convey to you guys. I will put up there, et cetera, et cetera. It's been real quiet right now, I will say that. So, anyways, also that's through the Patreon. Through Patreon, you also get mod access. There's multiple levels you can join. And I want to shout out each and every one of my Patrons. But before I do, I have another donation. Jose Valdez, $50. Congratulations on 300. Hope you're feeling better. Fins up. I'm feeling better. Like it's you get like an adrenaline rush when you're up here and you know people are watching. So it's starting to kick in, right? So it's taking over. Like I'm still stuffed up, but I know I'm at the end. I'm not going to say why I know I'm at the end, but because it's like not pleasant, but I know I'm at the end of where my cold's at. So in this, no, I have one free league. I do not have 2 free leagues. I have one. So yeah, the patreon.com. Dude, we got 94 Patreons. Like, I appreciate all of you guys. When my stuff gets demonetized, because even Collegiate All 22 film has gotten me demonetized before because there is a creep out there. So when I do my big boards and I do all the stuff for you, and I'll be doing the film work once the season gets back going. When those get demonetized, you guys help me out. So also, a lot of you guys have been watching for a long time and you're mods, so you also help me out in terms of cleaning out the trash when it comes to the comment section. So shout out to Hammer, Zeke, Uncle Billy, Alejandro Moro. Yeah, we're starting from the top today, guys. We're going reverse. It's 300. Everything's in reverse. Sparta, Jason Patrick, Hunter Chaney, Otto Bell 22, Nathan Berkey, Manny, Travis Brown, Garrett Lambert, IT Respect, Russell Grace, Spencer Richardson, Ian McGill, Bob Oliver, Flip City Cruz, G Firm 456, Hawaii Dolphin 808, Fins Weekly, Maurice Perkins, Victor Fernandez, Finn Shady 131, Zachary, aka Z-Man, Derek Batten, Dennis Klassen, Vaughn Green, Mitchell Gordon, Guy Corner, Junior Ronaldo, Jose Valdez, Joe Levesque, Anthony Giannoletti, Brian Terry, Daddy Dean, Robbie T11, Waddlehouse, Marcio Ortega. I hope I'm not butchering your names, guys. Oh, Mauricio. What am I saying right there? Mauricio Ortega. I've even had you up here. That's my bad. As I say, I hope I'm not butchering names. I go off and butcher a name. Just because you're reading so fast. It's like Ryan Williams, Quentin Martin, Fins 1, Miami Fin Fan 113, David Figley, Brendan Smith, Dylan Totaro, Timothy Sapinenza, Franklin Lejeune, Rafael Lopez, Ernesto, and Nelson Alfonso. And then, of course, working our way all the way down to the OGs. Troy, Anything's Possible, Drip Entertainment, Kyle Bow, Regil, Robert Martin, Justo, Just Keep Waddling, Logan 15, Rhonda Cousins, Joe Crotwell, Brent Potvin, Marino Ron, Ron Levy, Tommy Flores, Philip Leduc, Dennis Klassen, Michael Rodriguez, The Enigmatic Man, Todd, J Love T, Andre Villarreal, Jeff Jackson, Jawar Thompson, The Show, Drew Boo, Irving, Arkamel, Zoe Vegas, Martin, Josh, your boy Trev, Keith Davis, Marino's Goat, Slim Pickens, Seth, Ramon Casillas, Kyle, aka K All Day, Fake Spike 94, Rhino Sith. I gotta say this because I'm reading this. I want you guys. Rhino Sith, you have been a Patreon since July 1st, 2020. Fake Spike, you've been a Patreon since July 2nd, 2020. K All Day, July 8th, 2020. Ramon Casillas, July 27th, 2020. Seth, July 30th, 2020. Slim Pickens, September 9th, 2020. Marino's Goat, November 3rd, 2020. Like, so many of you have been holding me down since like the You know what I mean? Like, it's some of you are coming up on a year as Patreons, like Keith Davis, your boy Trev, Josh Ortega, all of you guys, and then Jazza 803 and Martin, and Drew Boo and guys like that, and Irving. They came in January, but like some of you have been holding down since July 2020 when I first basically started the Patreon. Like, I appreciate all of you, man, that have been some more, even the new guy, obviously just the new people, but the fact that people have been supporting me for over a year on Patreon, like, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you. And then once we get into like the winter months of 2022, there's going to be a ton of you that have been supporting me for over a year. So, like, look at Jason, man. Jason's been one of my first mods. Jason Greaves, like the guy, he's one of my biggest Twitter supporters. Always shows me love. I know a lot of you guys have been here since, a lot of you found me through TD, right? With the stuff I used to do on the panel with EM and Ball Game and everything like that. And now me and Ball Game have a show with Richmond Webb. And then next week I got my new podcast starting with Neil Driscoll. So I'm just trying to give you guys as much quality content as possible, man. I mean, not many people work harder than me in the room, that's for sure. So, and I know a lot of you that have been holding down, you've seen when I do like film, and I mean, remember we were breaking down film, me and EM, like for the wrong reasons, but we were breaking down film up here, like even like last summer, you know what I mean? Like, and then the All 22, I was the first in the strictly Dolphins YouTube community that introduced the All 22 aspect to all this. And now everyone wants the All 22. I heard people talking about it on Larry, now Doug breaks down stuff like, I don't say that stuff to pat myself on my back. It's like the evolution, man. Like, joining TD's panel with Tuesday nights with Ball Game and EM and stuff, that kind of changed my life in a course of direction. And then all I've tried to do since I made this channel, I mean, when we started this, the whole goal was to educate Dolphin fans so we could be the smartest in this community. And, now other people are trying to open their textbooks and teach. And like the fact that what I brought to the game can inspire people to teach more too, and to like try and educate you guys as best as they can as well, not just give you the news. I mean, like that's it makes the community better, man. So let's try to be the smartest. There's so much drama and infighting on like Facebook is a nightmare. I totally stopped even dealing with Facebook because those people are just so freaking toxic. I mean, obviously there's some great apples in the bunch, but Jesus, if people think Twitter's bad, go to Facebook. And there's always infighting. Like one of the biggest things in the Dolphins YouTube community this year that it's not going to get talked about in any other community because it's just our little YouTube family, it's the Dolphins YC, right? The DYC, the Dolphins YouTube community. Maybe that's what I'll start shouting you out. The DYC. What's good, DYC? So what's crazy is like the biggest news in the YouTube community, I really didn't go on like Twitter or Facebook or whatever, is me and Pete buried the hatchet. Like that's up there. Go vote on your biggest news so far of this in the off season, right? Marino's GOAT, $2. DDW 1 year before I found you, and TD on Tua's draft night. Yeah, I remember it's Tua's draft night. I got up and I ran around. And for all of you that found TD's show on the draft night, first of all, a lot of you saw how accurate I was. Second of all, tell me when EM came on for like 10 minutes, that wasn't the most memorable ish ever. Tell me that was not the most memorable. I told you. I remember that, man. He just EM went off when we drafted Tua. I was like running around and like screaming, and this guy was going off and coming on just to like, I told you. So if you've never seen that, go back and watch the 2020 night one of the NFL draft on TD Fins Talk, and then go to the Tua reaction because it was absolutely amazing. Like, look at even Maria. Fake Spike's been around forever. And he said TD's face was the best when we picked Tua. Because Fake Spike been around. Yo, it's not even like a beef anymore. Now it's just like a running joke with TD and his evaluation of Tua. I don't even care. Like, when me and EM end up being right and Tua balls out, we all win. So when the Dolphins win, we all win. So it's all good in the end of the day. But I'm coming for that formal apology, and I want Pete up there too. I want a platform. I want Pete and TD to walk up to the podium, and I want an apology to me and EM on Tua Tagovailoa. That's all I'm asking for. It's simple things in life. But in all seriousness, like, people don't even get. Fake Spike gets like how like deep rooted that was, and only people from that era, like from October 2019 to like March 2020, people who were watching us, that Tua thing, man, we would spend like 3 or 4 hours talking about that stuff. So people who have been around and seen that, like, they know how deep the Tua stuff goes, man. Oh, man. And shout out to Josh Rosen for getting a job. Hilarious stuff. But just good memories, man. Like, so many hours. And, and every time we did a mock draft, all 1 week for them, it was Derek Brown, or 1 week for them, it was Andrew Thomas, or 1 week for them, it was, what's his face? The linebacker safety that went to Arizona, his name slipping, Isaiah Simmons. So it was always them, and then it'd come to me and EM. And EM hates mock drafts. People do not realize EM hates mock drafts, despises them, like, does not like doing them at all. And we're up there, and they're like, who do you think? And me and him are both like, Tua. Like, it was, and now it's crazy because the biggest hope when me and EM talked privately was, if we get Alabama, if we get Tuscaloosa Tua, the quarterback debate will no longer be an issue in Miami. And the whole reason we wanted that was, shout out to Marino's Goat. He said, I was first to point out your draft prophecy. You modded me, been a mob since. Yes, sir. Yeah, you've been around since the beginning too, Marino's Goat. Anyways, the whole, like, I don't know. It's the Tua stuff is run so deep, but the whole point that me and EM wanted with him to get Tuscaloosa Tua was the whole quarterback debate would end in Miami. There would be no division, because if you look at the root of the majority, like 95% of the bull crap on Facebook, on Twitter, and on YouTube, it's the quarterback situation. It's Tua Tagovailoa. Like, and me and EM were just like, if we get Tuscaloosa Tua, the guy we see on tape, that's gonna settle 95% of the issues. Everything will be sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. That's when we were naive that this community can be sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. And now it's like the division remains. So, I mean, it's weird because it's not even a matter of me and EM in the long run being right about our evaluation, because me and EM, he could go to the Green Bay Packers tomorrow and Rodgers retires, and we would still be right about our Tua evaluation when he hits in Green Bay, right? So it's not about that. It was all about, like, the division ending. Like, we saw the player that, this guy can end the division in all these social media communities. And because people aren't holding what even his trainer saying at face value, that he wasn't 100%, there's still debate on whether he's the guy or not. But you can tell with the preseason games, the narrative slowly starting to shift. Logan 15 says, happy 300th. Yes, sir. KL Day reason, and KL Day is a day one. This guy is literally day one as well. Reason you got me watching more college football and learning more about prospects and figuring out which Dolphin scheme is the best. See, this became a draft-heavy channel right off the bat because that was kind of my specialty, right? And so when I came over here and said, okay, we got to rock this. It was right. We started, our first ever episode was March 17th, 2019. And we had like almost 200 views. And we're like, yo, that's actually not bad. But every time we would gain more subscribers, gain more views, etc. And slowly but surely we built this. So, you know, me and EM, like that was the whole goal. But EM got his own personal stuff going on. So I had to keep it rolling. Like you should hear the EM's. Me and EM got it. You want to, this is the co-host little inside info, okay? There you go. Nico remembers. I put him back in the tour train back in September. Bro, I think it was August. You want to know why? Because me and you were the first person I got along with virtually in this whole community. And it was during what's his face? TD's fantasy league. We were in like a free league or a paid league together, and we started talking quarterbacks. We talked Herbert and all those guys too. So, yeah, I think that was August. But yeah, crazy, man. That now basically, you know, this is kind of like the 2-year anniversary month too, right? Like of me joining and really actually starting to communicate with people in this, like, and actually try to, you know, divulge what was on my mind to other Dolphin fans. It was started like August 2019, and then the season started, and I was always in the chat with TD, and then I finally came up on screen in October 2019. So it was August. It was around this time too. It's crazy. So, anyways, went off topic there. Just had a lot of memories fly by because it's been so freaking long. Okay, a couple things. So, patreon.com/Phinside. I shouted out all of my patrons. I appreciate all of you guys as well as the members. I mean, you know, I introduced membership right away. You know what I mean? Emojis and all that kind of stuff. And in the time, you know, we've already gone up to, I think we got about like 116 members right now. And what comes with that is with the patrons as well. Another perk, the patrons, is when I do these film studies, when the All 22 returns to Game Pass, I'm literally just waiting on that. I'll have the Raekwon Davis and the Xavier Howard film studies coming out to you. And then you guys, patrons and members, will get early access to that. Then I'll release it to the public. But yeah, my members have been holding me down just like my patrons. They help me when stuff gets demonetized. So I appreciate all of you. Dolphin Sweden, Tony Osawa, D Capochelli, Fins Up Nubbins, Garrett Lambert, Robert Fuller, Les Palpatoke, Stetsino, Godovaloa, Don Parlamento, Esteban Santana, Simone Sniper 13, Kyle Bowe, Franklin Lejeune, Rock Hawkins, DM, Big Spence 87, Jose Valdez, Robert Taylor, Joe Levesque, Sal Powell, Logan 15, Josh Tito, Ivan Ulysses, James Jordan twice over actually, Miami Fan 113, Sherrod Ford, sorry, my bad, Rafael Ferrero, Chalk Vanilla Straw, Serge, H05, Ramon Elatondo, Usmem, Dylan Totaro, BK Today, Daddy Dean, Joel Fields, Ricky Butts, Robert Martin, Tommy, Chef Jew, Corn 72, Big John Stud, 007, Fins for Life, Jeremiah Kelly, Dolphin Don, James Steele, Pierre Lewis, Todd Beards, Canadian Fin Gone Wild, Harry Clements, Takamizi, who I saw you a couple days ago in the chat, man. What's good, bro? Quint Riddle, Wayne Hedgeman, Big Time, Daryl Canup, D-Hug All Day, Storm Warrior, Fins Forever 72, Caddyshack, your boy Trev, Zanny Jinzo, Cash, Justin Dunker, Fred Rivera, Mari, Innes Campbell, Whale One, Ty Jenkins, Scorpion King, Julian, Irving Fingora, Rhino Sith Kale, Dave Furious, the homie Richmond Webb, DC, Barry Bailey, Tony Marine, Chad Marcion, Ron Levy, Michael Simmons, Marino's Goat, Ramon Casillas, 100 Anti, Birdman, Thunder Cleus, Powerhouse TJ, Dennis Klassen, Zachary Harris, Philip Leduc, Rhonda, Kevin Williams, The Show, Cody Patron, SC42, Florida-born, Kentucky-grown, Ty Rhodes, Marcus 84, Frankston. I lied to you guys, right? 118, my bad. Flips, Crizito, Tilly, D-Ray 91, Jazza, Fake Spike, Mighty Dolphin, the homie Nico, the OG, Timothy Sapinez at Dr. Draft, Boxing Around, Bruce 1, Yawa Bullet, Timothy Whiteman, Law 100 442, Twizzle, Seth, MF Fins 1, and of course the homie Damien D. Damien, wherever you are, I hope you're doing good. And if you want to become a member of this channel, if you want to get a badge next to your name and emoji access, and then free chat only emoji access, like only members get that. It's a perk of being a member. You can go ahead and write down, besides subscribe, it says join, and then in the description there's a direct link to go join. All right, patchvibes.com, use code Phinside and you can get 20% off your order. I always drink out of this tumbler. I'm not lying to you. This is like what I use all the time. It keeps my beverages so cold, whether alcoholic or non-alcoholic. Perfect. So shout out to patchvibes.com. They also got great clothing, great sponsor. It supported me for a while. So Phinside, 20% off your order, and that's store wide. All right. Backroomcollection.net. Use code REASON to save 20% off of your order. My canvas is coming my way. Shout out to the homie Brandon. He bought a couple pieces off of Twitter today using my code. They got great stuff. Like, I don't know if I've showed you guys, but I'm going to show you guys. They got absolutely great stuff. I don't think I've done them enough justice to you guys with how good some of their designs are. So just to show you guys, I want you guys to see that I'm not lying to you, because I got something coming and I'm going to show it off when it gets here. Backroomscollection.net and use code REASON and you can save 10% off. Like, I'm telling you guys, they got dope stuff. So you hit Take Me Shopping. You got your canvases. So down the left side, you got NFL, NBA. So let's go. You're all Dolphin fans. So NFL, right? And then you got the teams on the left side. So let's say I just want Dolphin stuff. I don't want to have to deal with these other jabronis. So you go to Dolphins. I'm going to show you the guys' stuff they got. So they got some good stuff right there. The shot of Ricky jumping over the defender. So this is what I got. I'll show you guys. So just what you can see what it looks like on the website to when I actually get it. And they posted pictures. So I got this coming in. I'm going to hang this up right behind me. But, yeah. Got this Tua coming in. So they got different sizes, obviously 8x8, 8x10, all the way to 30x30 canvas. So 10% off. Go check them out, man. Good people doing good work. So I can't wait to see my Tua canvas. It's going to be dope. All right. And then shout out to Show Me Some TDs. Appreciate all your hard work we put into this channel. Hands down my favorite show to watch to get the latest news and updates on Fins. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Show Me TDs. Great, fantastic, absolute avatar as well. All right. And then finally, my new sponsor. Shout out to Thrive Fantasy. You can use code Phinside at www.thrivefantasy.com. And use that code. And here's the great thing about Thrive. What I wanted to tell everyone about what Thrive's got going on. First of all, this is for prop bets. If you guys are into prop bets, et cetera, go check them out because they do fantastic stuff. But basically, use promo code Phinside, and basically what will happen is they will 100% match any deposit up to $100 for new users. And they have a contest going on in week 1, $100,000 guaranteed contest for NFL week 1, $20 entry, and the first place gets $20,000. So you're going to want to go check out thrivefantasy.com and go use my promo code. And I'm telling you, I know a lot of you are degenerate gamblers. Don't start lying to me. All right. So go out there and, you can choose up to 10 out of the 20 available player props to build up your lineup. Each prop is assigned a fantasy value for both the over and the under based on how likely it is to hit. Hit the most props and rack up the most points, and you win a share of the prize pool. Thrive has over 140,000 guaranteed prizes for NFL Week 1 and has awarded over $4 million in their history. So it's all props. Go check it out. Go build your prop betting line. And Thrive Fantasy is the daily fantasy sports and esports app for prop players. They're trying to become number one. We're trying to become number one over here. So it made it for a good arrangement. So go check out thrivefantasy.com and use code Phinside. The code is active for you prop bettors. All right. Now, all of that is done. Again, I've already got a couple emails. If you want to join the free Phinside the NFL Fantasy League, email phinsidethenfl@gmail.com. Appreciate you, Damien. Thank you, man. All right, so we're at 288. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna get into recapping the practice. Here's the other thing. This is what I'm gonna do when I hit 5,000 subscribers. All right. So I'm only now like 46 away. When I hit 5,000 subscribers, I'm going to start a contest, and it's going to be, I'm going to open it up during the preseason game on Sunday. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be giving away a $100 gift certificate to NFLshop.com, and then to the second place player, basically pick any hat of your choosing on the Dolphins. On the Dolphins NFLshop.com, and I'll buy that hat for you and send it out your way, so you can hopefully have it for game 1. So I'll give a $100 gift certificate to one person, and then the other person's going to get any hat of their choosing from NFLshop.com with the Dolphins. So I'll be announcing that this weekend, and all you're going to basically have to do is, I'm going to set up an email. You're going to have to email this email with proof of your subscription to the channel, and that's all I really need to see. So, yeah, we'll do that giveaway when I hit 5,000. So, that could be this weekend. And I'm only going to open it for like maybe I'll open it. I'll give people time. I'll have it open for a couple weeks for you guys. So all you got to do is email me, and then basically I'll collect all of you guys together, make a list, go to randomizer.org, and we'll find a couple of you. All right. So I don't even pick. We did it with the jersey. When I hit 1,000, we gave away a jersey, and we used randomizer.org. So I'll do the same. The Great Fins Fan 5-0. There was a throw that Tua made to Mike Gesicki last week. Since that throw, Tua has increased the Fins win to 12. What do you think, Reason? Hey, someone hit me up today, and they think we're going to win 13 games. I'm telling you, this is what I told all y'all. Expectations have arrived. They better live up to these expectations. Expectations have arrived. JDM Wizard, been here since day one, even back to TDs. I don't get to comment much because I'm a truck driver, but I'm listening every night. Thanks, to keep it going. I appreciate you, JDM Wizard, and man, be safe out there. All right, let's get into a training camp recap. We got a little bit to go over now that I've taken a walk down memory lane, but yeah, I'll be as soon as we hit 5K. So hopefully by this weekend, I'll open up this and I'll announce it here and give you the guys the email and the details, and then I'll tweet it out as well. So let's give some shit away. All right, let's get into training camp today. Let's start with what the Palm Beach Post had to say about today. All right. Guys, and I don't know about you, but that Dallas Cowboys Hard Knocks is boring as hell. I can't even watch it. It's so bad. It's even got Joe Philbin in it. That's how bad it is. A day after an easy walkthrough, the Dolphins are back at practice day in preparation for Sunday's exhibition finale at Cincinnati and final cuts to the 53-man roster. Between the Saharan dust settling over the region and the state of the Hard Rock parking lot, it's a day for squinting. Construction is ongoing in the parking lot for the Formula One track, and combined with a stiff breeze, a sandstorm is hovering over the practice field. At times, it was nearly thick enough to resemble a London morning. Highlights from the workout: the first offense line was Austin Jackson, Saul McKinley, Dieter, Robert Hunt, Jesse Davis. Eichenberg was the odd man out. Xavier Howard took advantage of a tip pass from Tagovailoa for an interception. Nick Needham sacked to a Tagovailoa. Running back Salvin fumbled, but receiver Kirk Merritt covered up the ball. Byron Jones forced the fumble. So there you go, Kirk. Not spotted: Albert Wilson, Javon Holland, Adam Pankey, Ethan Carter, and Javaris Davis. Devontae Parker, again in a red jersey. Brennan Scarlett and Xavier Howard are out there. The wind isn't doing puncher Michael Party any favors. Some of its punts appeared to hit a wall on the way down. So apparently it wasn't good for either of the quarterbacks either. Kicker Jason Sanders, however, had no problem with the wind. He's one of the best. Perhaps because when he kicked it, it was to the west. The wind was at his back. Unlike Pilardi, Sanders had a 53-yard attempt that doinked off the left upright, believed to be only the second miss of camp. Nick Needham had a nice pass breakup on a throw by Tagovailoa intended for Waddle. Trill Williams made an athletic interception against Jacoby Brissett. It was intended for Kirk Merritt. A Tagovailoa pass intended for Matt Collins was tipped up by Hollins and parlayed into a pick six by Xavier Howard. Jacoby Brissett had a nice connection with Hunter Long for about 25 yards. After that, the practice was scaled back almost to the level of a walkthrough. Call it a jog through. It's a dust storm. So, yeah, it wasn't a full go like how it normally is. Apparently, the wind was an issue. They posted a video of it on Twitter, but I wasn't about to sit here and like play that. Like, give me a break. I'm not about to show you guys flags swaying in the wind. Okay. So, here is what the Sun Sentinel said. Within a week of Atlanta Roberts being activated off the physically unable to perform list, the 6', 238-pound linebacker got plenty of action with the Miami Dolphins first-team defense at Wednesday's practice. Roberts was there alongside fellow inside linebacker Jerome Baker, got in a few hits, and was his usual loud, energetic self when his presence was felt by Miami's offense. It was amazing. He always brings the energy. He definitely brought that, said Baker, of having the run-stopping specialist who started 11 games in 2020 next to him back. I'm just happy for him to be back. It's definitely great, said Nick Needham. He brought a little spark there, as you can see. It was getting a little chippy out there, but he made a play. He was a tackle for a loss, something of that nature. He always brings that energy. He was turned up, got the whole sideline going, getting wild and getting lit. As Roberts returned, Bernard McKinney also rotated in with him at inside linebacker spot today. The Dolphins dominated with quarterbacks Tua Tagovailoa and Jacoby Brissett struggling. The Dolphins defense dominated with quarterbacks Tua Tagovailoa and Jacoby Brissett struggling to throw the ball into sustained winds of 15 miles per hour and gusts of up to 30 miles per hour on Wednesday. Baker said it's noticeable how well-versed Roberts is in Coach Brian Flores' defense, having also played under him with the New England Patriots, whereas McKinney, coming over from the Houston Texans, is new to the system. Since it's his first year in the system, it's just that communication of what to look for and things like that. Baker said, E-Rob, he's been getting in the system for a long time, so I guess you can say he's more of a veteran in the system. They're both great players. They're great to be next to. Tagovailoa was intercepted twice by cornerback, all-pro cornerback Xavier Howard, who returned one for a touchdown off a tip from Needham, an initial ricochet off the hands of receiver Matt Collins on a high ball. Brissett was picked off by cornerback Trill Williams. That second Xavier Howard pick, the other one came on 7-7s. Needham had a key third down breakup on a Tagovailoa pass, and cornerback Noah Monogany deflected a Brissett pass in coverage on a crossing route. The defense was vocal pre-snap, calling out keys, and the group was in unison. That was one of the big points of emphasis today, was to go out there and communicate. Defense coordinator Josh Boyer always says if we communicate, we can be pretty good. That kind of showed here today. Before suffering a knee injury December 26th in Las Vegas against the Raiders, Roberts had 61 tackles in 2020, good enough for fourth on the team, adding one sack, a forced fumble, and recovering fumble. Camp observations. Tagovailoa had a rough day going into the win against the Dolphins' top defensive unit. A wake-up call after having so much success against Atlanta's second teamers in Saturday's night's preseason win. Howard had the 2 interceptions, and Needham also had a third down breakup in a situational setting. Struggling to even pick up a first down against Miami's top defensive unit. One impressive throw came from Tagovailoa connecting with receiver Kirk Merritt on a deep crossing route over cornerback Byron Jones. Jones also forced a fumble against running back Salvon Ahmed, making a potent rip on the ball from Ahmed's grasp. Ahmed had a nice run with tight ends Shaheen and Hunter Long leading the way. Malcolm Brown had an impressive gain behind second-team right guard Robert Jones. Adam Butler was forceful in a one-on-one lineman drill, pushing left guard Saul McKinley back. Defensive lineman Zach Seiler put a move on Robert Hunt, leaving the Dolphins' first-team right guard in the dust. Left tackle Austin Jackson had good reps against Van Ginkel and Jalen Phillips before Phillips got him back on an ensuing chance. Right tackle Jesse Davis strung together a solid showing in the drill. The wind affected Dolphin special teams as well. Punter Michael Pilardi had one punt completely die in a strong gust of wind and go for maybe 20 to 25 yards. Jason Sanders had what is believed to be just his second field goal miss of training camp, a 53-yarder off the post with the wind at his back. Jacoby Brissett was intercepted by Trill Williams on a ball that hung up in the wind. Receiver Jakeem Grant, running back Jordan Scarlett, and Long all had drops on passes from Brissett. Howard Stock may already be at the highest on the team after he had 10 interceptions and was a Defensive Player of the Year candidate in 2020, but Wednesday was his most active practice. Roberts reaching first-team reps so quickly off his activation from Pupless also has him on the rise, while Needham consistently impressed working in the slot and on the boundary. Stock down. Center Matt Skura had his share of snapping issues in Baltimore, which led to him getting benched. On Wednesday, there were 2 snapping errors with fifth-year center working with Jacoby Brissett. On the first one, there appeared to be a miscommunication on the snap count. As Skura's under center hike hit the ground with Brissett not expecting it. Another one in the shotgun was high. By the end of practice, Cameron Tom was elevated to second-team center ahead of Skura, with Michael Dieter remaining with the top group. Injury update: Howard returned to practice after missing Tuesday's walkthrough with a non-COVID illness. After receivers, Will Fuller, Devontae Parker, and Albert Wilson returned in Tuesday's walkthrough. Fuller participated on Wednesday, but not in team drills. Parker was in a red, no-contact jersey doing limited work in team portions, and Wilson was not seen. Javon Holland, Vince Beagle, Adam Pankey, Ethan Carter, and Javaris Davis did not participate in practice. Holland was doing a boxing workout, sparring with a trainer on the sideline. Beagle did conditioning on a stationary bike. Outside linebacker Brendan Scarlett was back on Wednesday after missing Tuesday. So there you go. The bodies are starting to come back, right? Damian D's $4.99. Keep bringing that great Dolphins content home. We appreciate you, dude. Martin, I won't be surprised if Flo plays the soundtrack from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly after the sandstorm. Yeah, that was like they're really throwing the conditions at Tua, huh? Whatever, it'll just make him stronger. All right. Continuing on. Here is what we'll get into what Barry Jackson and the Miami Herald had to say regarding today. All right. Hope you're doing good, Damon. I see you missing your mom, Dukes. Hope you're doing good, man. All right, here's what's happening during Wednesday's Miami Dolphins training camp practice. The 18th of 20 open to the media. Xavier, 12:15. Xavier Howard is back at practice after missing Tuesday's session with a non-COVID related illness. Brendan Scarlett is back at practice. Devontae Parker is still in a red non-contact jersey, but he is practicing at least to an extent. The Dolphins allow reporters to speak only to players who are practicing, and Parker was permitted to speak Tuesday. Parker, who has had a history of soft tissue injuries, said Tuesday that he's feeling fine. Practice not participating, including receiver Albert Wilson, Javon Holland, Adam Pankey, Ethan Carter, Vince Beagle, and cornerback Javaris Davis. Wilson's injury isn't serious, which I've been telling you guys all along. Holland is walking around fine without any compression sleeve or anything else. It appears to have nothing serious. Holland has boxing gloves on and is sparring with a coach on the sideline. Beagle, who has a lower body injury, is on an exercise bike. 12:40. The Dolphins continue to open with Solomon Kinley at left guard and Jesse Davis at right tackle, along with left tackle Austin Jackson, center Michael Dieter, and right guard Robert Hunt. Liam Eichenberg remains the second-team right tackle, though the Dolphins suggest there's an ongoing competition between Kinley and Eichenberg at left guard, and there still might be. Eichenberg has been used only at tackle for the past several days. At 12:50, Tua Tagovailoa had to throw a pass away into his line on one of his first 11-11 dropbacks because of the successful blitz by Eric Rowe. Kinley and Dieter made good blocks on a Myles Gaskin run. Hunter Long dropped a pass to Jacoby Brissett, even though he had a step on two defenders. Tua Tagovailoa threw an interception to Xavier Howard on a pass intended to Adam Shaheen, 7-7 drills. Jakeem Grant dropped a pass from Brissett. What's new? Noah Benogany made a nice play in coverage and knocked away a pass from Brissett. 1 p.m. Here's what happened in this round of 11-11s. Salvin Ahmed opened with starters at running back. Jalen Phillips continues to play with the first team. Tua hit Kirk Merritt on a 20-yard crossing pattern, beating Byron Jones. Tua then threw a pass away when Emmanuel Ogbah applied heavy pressure. That offensive line. Nick Needham remains the first team nickel and would have sacked Tua on a blitz if this were a game. So there you go. Right now, it looks like Coleman is not beating Needham, maybe because he gave up that touchdown. Christian Wilkins forced Tua to get rid of the ball quickly on a short completion. Ahmed fumbled when he was stripped by Byron Jones, which we know was recovered by Kirk Merritt. Howard had another play in great coverage, knocked away a pass from Tua and Jalen Waddle. Scarlett dropped a pass. Will Fuller isn't participating in 11-11 drills, but says he's no longer injured. I'm going to tell you, this is exactly what's going to happen. Guys, they're going to, next week when all of us are not allowed, when the media is not allowed in there and when we're not getting reports, that's when the shit's going to ramp up. That's exactly when it's going to get serious with the offense actually doing installs and stuff like that, serious installs. They'll be opening up the playbook and they're just waiting for the media to go away. So Alandon Roberts is in with the first team, doing his first team drills of camp. So Bernard McKinney and Sam McGaveen alongside Jerome Baker. Tua was again pressured on a blitz, forcing a punt. Perry caught a deep pass from Brissett, but it was out of bounds. Pilardi had his hands full punting in a dust storm resulting from Hard Rock Stadium construction. Pilardi has had a tough day, understandably so, in these great playing conditions. 1:30, Brissett rifled the pass to Merritt for a 15-yard gain. Jalen Phillips applied good pressure on one play. He's flashing today as he works his way back from a hamstring injury. Tua threw incomplete to Mike Gesicki with Eric Rowe offering tight coverage. Malcolm Perry dropped a Brissett pass, but Perry came back and made a nice over-the-shoulder catch against Jamal Perry. The offense has been uneven today, partly because of blitzes. Tua underthrew Jakeem Grant on the sideline pass. Nick Needham made an excellent play in coverage to knock away a Tua pass to Waddle. Trill Williams intercepted a Brissett deep pass to Merritt. Phillips nearly got a sack of Brissett before he completed a short pass to Perry. One of the oddest plays at camp just now, 148. Tua's pass bounced off Matt Collins and was deflected by Needham into the arms of Xavier Howard, who returned it for a touchdown. So there you go. One of the oddest plays, according to Barry Jackson. Brissett completed a 30-yard pass down the middle to Hunter Long. The rookie tight end is flashing. With the wind at his back, Jason Sanders' 53-yard field goal hit the upright and bounced away. Cameron Tom and Matt Skura are getting second-team center reps. Tua overthrew Gaskin on an intermediate pass. So, I mean, you can see that the conditions are not ideal, but, I mean, hey, I don't know what to say. You can't – he's going to have bad days, right? So today was a bad day for that whole offense, really. Let's be honest with ourselves. No one it sounds like look at the pressure. How many times between blitzes and them straight up calling it pressure were we talking about pressure? So I'm going to go over the Twitter timeline and, but here's the thing. I will say, you guys know I'm worried about – you guys know You guys know that you all know how I feel about that whole situation, but I mean, it is what it is. Another thing I wanted to show you guys too that was announced today. Jacoby isn't getting closer to anything, bro. Jacoby threw interception too. This guy comes in here to troll. So in case you guys didn't see today, Zach Taylor said that Joe Burrow will play a limited number of snaps in the final preseason game this Sunday. So Flores, I believe, indicated today that Tua may see some snaps. So it's we could get a little bit of a Burrow because we got robbed of it last year, right? And because it's a nationally televised game, they're probably getting pressured behind the scenes by the NFL. Let's be honest with ourselves. Yeah, Joe Burrow is going to be playing. It sounds like Tua might get a series, maybe two. Rhino just shows up out of nowhere and dunks on Pete. Okay, so what? Denzel Perryman got traded to the Raiders. And that was actually a free agent I wanted us to pick up. So yeah, you guys know I've been harping on the offensive line. Like, no one's been harping more than me. Let's be honest with ourselves, right? So, but here's the one thing you have to say that's been consistent with training camp. They bounce back the next day. Now, I know it's not a good thing for us to be saying, hey, they bounce back by any stretch of the imagination. But they bounce back. So tomorrow, maybe the conditions get better, whatever the case may be. Hopefully the offensive line bounces back, and then Tua can have his bounce back, right? So I'm not overly I'm not like getting worried yet. And let's be honest. I mean, here's the other thing too, right? Our defense is much better than what they were seeing in Atlanta. I mean, that's not even close. So, yeah, I'm not panicking. You just don't want to see multiple days, right? We just don't want to see multiple days of, we don't want to see multiple days of that stuff. I'm just checking something out here. So yeah, I'm not like overly concerned right now. Like, I'm not freaking out. Not yet. By any stretch of the imagination. It'll get better. It'll get better. I mean, the defense, we have a much better defense than what's in Atlanta, and the defense are going to have their days. That's just fact of the matter, bro. So I know a lot of people are like really worried. I'm not worried in the slightest. It's going to happen. We just got to get better. So they will. I'm just checking something out here. But yeah, hey, it is what it is. It happens. So I'm just checking something out here. All right. Yeah. So when you have the thing, this, I look at it as a double-edged sword. Like, this isn't good. I mean, good luck to our opposing offenses, but you want to see our offense have a strong day against teams like that. You know what I mean? Like, we want to have a strong day. That's just how it is. And you want to see a battle of the Titans. Today wasn't really a battle of the Titans. So it is what it is. Well, all we can do is literally hope that the offense pulls back tomorrow. Literally, that's all we can hope. So we'll see. We will see. So yeah, let's get into the timeline. Let's look at Twitter. Let's get into all the different news and notes that went on today from the Dolphins. We got some more to go over, obviously, and then we're gonna get into the video highlights. I just sending a few things here to myself, so I got some extra videos for you guys because they just released some new videos. That's literally what I've been doing. So, yeah, defense is going to have dominant days. Today was clearly a dominant day. Let's see how the offensive line and the offense responds tomorrow. They bounce back every single time. I'm not worried yet. We will get worried if, again, they fall on their face. And again, it was crazy conditions. So it is what it is. I mean, they were literally posting videos of this stuff. So, I mean, like I said, I wasn't going to show you guys flags blowing in the wind, but apparently it was legit today. So we'll go over these final notes. We'll look at Tua's. I wanted to watch Tua's interview with you guys today, and then we'll get into the video highlights. All right. So, starting off, first play of team, Miles presses a gap and then winds it back for a big lane. Dieter and Kinley cleared some space. Eric Rowe comes in for a free run on Tua, who eats the would-be sack. Tua has all day to throw and finds Gaskin for a medium gain of 7 to 8 yards. Good coverage by X. Malcolm Brown finds daylight on a pair of runs with Brissett-led offense. First one was a big gap. Second was a nice patient run in behind Eichenberg. Brissett with a laser to Khalil McLean, who extends and pulls it in away from his frame. Coverage of X, Byron, Rowe, Coleman, McCourty, and Baker. Rock solid on the first 2 plays of 7-on-7. Tua checks it down both times. Ogba and Silo with back-to-back impressive reps and one-on-one offensive lineman, D-lineman drills working on Davis and Hunt. Then Raekwon comes off Dieter's block to get in. Austin Jackson shuts down an outside rush to Phillips, who tries to counter back inside, but a nice redirect by Jackson. Xavier picks off Tua over the middle in 7-on-7. Phillips with a nice rush to get in around Coleman in one-on-one. Greg Little with a nice block out the sun rep on Van Ginkel in one-on-one. Jamal Perry just had perhaps the most impressive punt and zone rescue I've ever seen. Ball bounced a few yards in. He leaves his feet before the goal line, catches the ball and throws it back over his head to the 1-yard line. It's pretty windy out here. The football just blew off of its spot for the next team period when the O was huddled up. 11-on-11, Tua with a dime to Merritt on a deep crosser. Lofted it out there for a catch of about 20 yards downfield. Who knew how much after? Tua wants a quick hitter to Waddle. X shuts it down and forces a throwaway. Gaskin finds a lane, and it's another chunk of yardage. Jackson, Kinley, and Dieter making some room on the play. After some successful runs, Raekwon Davis stacks one up for no gain. John Jenkins is first to Malcolm Brown on the first play of the Brissett-led offense for a short gain. Tyshawn Render stacks his man and forces Gaskin to turn back into the teeth of the defense. Gain of 1 or 2. Gaskin Knight's blitz pickup to afford Brissett time to throw over the middle to Merritt. Ball was a bit behind, but Merritt twists back and hauls it in. Carl Tucker squares up a gorgeous block on Jalen Phillips, and Brown rips through the hole. Offensive side erupts in celebration. Christian Wilkins getting the backfield again to disrupt the play. That's 2 already in this period. Ogba gets in for a sack. Play extends. Tua tries Waddle up the sideline, but X is right there for the pass breakup. Swatted into the air, then swatted at it again. Still just the one pass-up breakup on the stat sheet, though. Jalen Phillips in on Brissett. That was the most dominant period of defense, apparently, against the Brissett second team. Was their most dominant period. Byron, well, obviously because they're facing the second team offensive line. Byron Jones comes in and punches one out on Gaskin, puts his fist right on the football. Correction, it was on Ahmed. Landon Roberts beats a block to get into the backfield. Still great to see him out there working again. Christian Wilkins puts an awesome move on Davis to win inside for the sack. Wilkins had a terrific camp. Tua swings it out to Ahmed at the snap by Byron Jones, but Byron Jones is there for the immediate hit. To get a feel for the win, Pilardi punted one from his own 40 and it only traveled to the opposite 40, so like 20 yards. Brissett finds Gaskin over the middle, but Brandon Jones is there to put a stop to any yards after the catch. Brissett drops a dime into Perry up the sideline with Trill Williams in coverage. Zach Seiler, he stacks up a run play inside, and then on the next play, he goes and wins a pass rush against a tackle, and I believe the one he beat was Jesse Davis, was it Jesse Davis? I think it was Jesse Davis. I saw it somewhere else today on Twitter. Tua tries one deep to Gesicki, but Eric Rowe was on him like a black pack. Incomplete. Landon Roberts meets Jordan Scarlett right at the line for his biggest pop I've heard apparently all camp. So Landon Roberts back laying lumber. Jason Sanders is currently kicking with the wind at his back. A 48-yarder is good, and he hit 3 of his 4 today. So there you go. 11-11, Tua climbs and navigates a clean pocket before checking up to Waddle, who pulls it in with one hand. Byron Jones, a nice rep on Jakeem Grant. Stayed with Grant, who threatened deep, then came back to the quarterback, incomplete. Nick Needham had a pass breakup on Waddle, working over the middle. Seiler comes in clean immediately and pulls up, so he got a sack. Brissett tries one deep, but Trill Williams pulls down the interception. Brissett gets time and has Perry down the middle, but it's too high. Jalen Phillips swipes the hand of Larnell Coleman, and flattens Brissett for a would-be sack. Ogba pushes the pocket through the tackle, guard, and back stepping to help. Tua throws among a dirty pocket. Hollins reaches up and tips the ball into air. Howard runs under it and takes it back for 6 with a finger roll over the goalpost. Brissett with a rip down the middle to Hunter Long for 20 to 25 yards. So now now is about the time that they went into. Now they put the wind to their back and they started going over the walkthrough portion of practice. So, I wanted to show you guys what Tua had to say today. I wouldn't mind playing Flores, but they're so freaking long. This one's at least only 6 minutes, right? So if you guys saw, because I know some of you haven't seen the interview yet. So I wanted to play Tua's interview for you guys. All right. Shout out to Franklin Lejeune. He donates $5. Said congrats on 300. Appreciate it, dude. Dan Marino did an interview yesterday. He was asked about you, of course. So he talks about Dan Marino to start off. Where he wants to go with the football and how to deal with the protections. Can you talk about what has been the key to developing in those areas?
I think just being with our guys, being able to sit down and talk with the linemen, having meetings with the linemen, being able to talk with the running backs.
He was asked about
overall
Dan Marino
just communication
yesterday
with our guys, and it's not just with
Dan Marino
with
said Tua has a better understanding of where he wants to go with the football,
hearing what they have
and
to
how to deal with
say
protections
about what they see, and then us, kind of helping them with what we see in the back end.
So now he's being asked about Brian Flores not announcing playing time.
Honestly, I would say we're still putting in work. That's why we're all out here, competing against each other. Regardless of what happens, we're just focused right now on.
He's asking if they don't play, if they feel comfortable with the body of work the offense have put out in training camp and preseason so far, if he doesn't play this weekend.
Right now.
Now he's asked if he plans to play.
I would say every week, I'm planning to play. But that's a question for Coach.
So he wants to play. We could get some Burrow versus Tua. So now he's being asked about pocket adjusting in the pocket as needed, and how Marino is one of the best because he would sidestep rushers. And he's asked, do you guys ever
I've
get together and work
got
about
the
it and
chance to
talk
work
about
with
it?
Dan. But Dan will have some input, with what he feels, we could do better in. He sits down in our meetings and he helps us as quarterbacks. So that, I think that's really cool.
Anything specific he was working on today?
Yeah, I think overall, just the communication, the operation, with us offensively, it still needs some cleanup.
Basically, he's
really
telling you the offensive line isn't communicating well. Does the wind change your approach at all?
I think the wind plays a factor.
So there you go. He's asked if it changes his approach.
When you're throwing into the wind, you got to be able to cut it. If not, the wind's going to take it. But I think it's good work to be able to throw with and against the wind.
So now he's asked about Fuller getting back out there and what's that like, just having the whole group out there for at least a little bit.
It's good to have all our guys back out here, to be able to work some timing and, get some work in with them. But I think just them being able to get back into the huddle, hear calls, get out, know where they're lining up at, and then executing with them. I think that's very important.
Now he's asked if moving in the pocket is an emphasis.
I think we're trying to work all aspects of our game in the quarterback room, to get the defense moving. We don't want to just be a drop back quarterback. We want to be able to move the pocket, have them see different things, different looks. That's really what it is. I mean, growing up.
Now he's asking how did Saban get them prepared for such big games?
I don't know. You see him in movies. He's just big time. I don't know. It's just something about his demeanor and the way he coaches his players and what he expects out of his coaches. I think that's what makes him successful. Atlanta, the city playing there, mean to you guys? Since 2008, Alabama's 13-2 in games played in Atlanta. Is there an emphasis on Atlanta for you guys? The fact that SEC championship games are held there. Really, I've never put any thought into that. I just try to do everything.
Now he's being asked about playing in Atlanta.
I was there.
When he was with Alabama since 2008, Alabama's
how important
13-12.
Alabama football is in general.
Games played in Atlanta. Is there emphasis on Atlanta for you guys? So he's being asked about college stuff.
Happens over there.
Now he's asking about Miami and Alabama.
It's tough. I don't know what Alabama looks like. I don't know what the Hurricanes look like. So, you just always hope that when you see two teams go against each other, it's a good game.
What is leadership to you, or is there somebody who has been an essentially good leader that can define leadership to you?
I think a lot of our coaches, a lot of the older players in the locker room, they show glimpses of their leadership. You listen, you can take some of the things that you hear from them and implement it to your style of leadership. And I would say that's, a learning process that I'm still going through as well.
Now they asked about Mac Jones. Says he's doing pretty good at Patriots game. I'm curious if you ever look for highlights and if it's game action, if you ever text him or anything.
Yeah, I haven't texted Mac. I haven't been able to talk to him since he's been drafted. But I've seen them play. He's doing pretty good. I hope when he does get his opportunity, he makes the best of it. But you can't wish him too much of luck because we're rivals in the same division. So. Yeah, but I wish him the best of luck for sure.
Attaboy, you tell him.
No, I ain't talked about
him since he became. I ain't talked to him since he became a Patriot. Nah, bro, I ain't wishing him luck. I ain't wishing him too much luck. This man is gutter out here. Gutter. That guy used to fill his water bottles. Oh man, that's hilarious. Okay, so let's get into some of the video footage from today. So I wanted to show this because wherever EM Dolphin fans at, this one's for you, homie. This is how Mac Hollins, how he brought that throw back, and this is how he gets it into his helmet. This is for you, EM. This is a Mac Hollins montage for EM Dolphins fan. Rhino, even a broken clock is right twice a day. Like, what an effort to get your helmet on. That right there should tell you how dedicated this man is. There you go. Now the throw is, you got the double pony. Shout out to Mac Hollins, an EM Dolphin fan. This man, EM Dolphin fan, started that train. And we all used to, how I used to get on him about Balaj, I'd get on him about Mac Hollins. So there you go. EM was right and I was wrong. My whole thing with Mac was he never stayed healthy when he was an Eagle. Jalen Phillips just working the blocking sled. Actually getting his hands underneath the pads. Good to see Jalen Phillips. See, notice how everyone's getting healthy right before the media is about to get kicked out of practice. You think there's no reason why? Brandon Jones practicing dropping back and then breaking on the ball carrier underneath. This man's out here trying to take necks. Attaboy, Brandon Jones. Who would have thought you would give us way more than Noah Benogany did, considering where you both were selected? Here is Devontae Parker out there working the cone drills. Good to see him back, although it's going to be better when we can see him in that non-red contact jersey, like non-contact red jersey. These guys, man, glass cannons, huh? So here is Will Fuller. Had a brain fart there for a sec because it looked laggy for me. So there's go Will Fuller again. I was watching the lag. I was like, is this really doing this right now? So here is Jacoby Brissett to Hunter Long to pitch a tent in Pete's pants. Another thing, too, apparently Hunter Long went down today at one point. Look at the brace on his leg. Apparently he went down at one point today and was holding his knee. Look at the brace on his leg now with the compression sleeve. Here is Xavier Howard making his interception on Tua in 7-on-7s. Bring it back for you guys. Here is Jacoby Brissett getting intercepted by Trill Williams. Here's that Trill Williams interception from today. So you can see he underthrew Matt Kirk. So that was an underthrow. But the wind, too. You can see how dusty it is in the background, too. Both quarterbacks today were apparently suffering from the wind. And then here is X on a pass breakup to Jalen Waddle. From Tua. Jalen almost made a play on it when it got up there. Look at how quick his reaction was. Like, great work by 1, 2. Wow. Even more impressive if X would have bounced it back to him. X apparently had a really big day today. Yo, X about to have a big year. I'm telling you right now. X is about to have a huge year for us. I cannot wait, man. So again, I'll be announcing this weekend while we're live for the game. All you got to do is be subbed, man. And I'll be announcing the email for you to email, and you will be entered in your chance to win either a $100 gift certificate to NFLshop.com or any hat of your choosing on the Dolphins website. All right. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do, man. So be prepared. So I'll be announcing that on Sunday during the Bengals game because that game will be starting at 4 p.m., I believe. So I'll be live during the game and I'll announce when to enter, and I'll leave that open for a couple weeks. Let's not talk about Rosen in the comment section right now. Rosen was chosen to be a bust. That's what he was chosen to be. Don't take me back to that Rosen stuff. So there you go. I've dropped the link to any of you guys that want to come up here. You want to talk about. See, I'm telling you, like the walkthrough yesterday, and then practicing for half the day, and then finishing at half speed / a walkthrough. Appreciate it, Stephen Lamb. They are totally setting themselves up. They want to get out. They don't want to be with them. They don't want to be there showing everything off for the media today. They're just like, it's like they're just eating out their contract, waiting for the days to expire so then they can start opening up their own stuff, man. So kind of crazy. Street King says he's 4'2", 120 pounds, and he'd body Rosen. Probably. Todd, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, Reason?
How you doing?
I can't complain. Was struggled a little bit with the offense today, but
the whole offense sounds like it struggled.
Yes. There's conflicting opinions, but I have somebody who's dead set on it was the wind messed with his arm a little bit. They're not a huge fan of Tua's arm, and they think the wind was a deterrent.
Was it that windy there today?
Yeah,
I mean, you hear the wind.
I think, yeah, supposedly. Yeah, supposedly, but he'll be fine.
British Finn fan, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, Reason. Yeah, I agree with your fellow guest there. The offense did seem to be second best today, but it's swings and roundabouts in this game, and I'm sure they'll come fighting back tomorrow. And yeah, the wind was a factor. I mean, Pollardi hung a couple of punts up there, and I think he got a net average of about 20 yards.
Did you seriously wear a bow tie shirt?
I thought I'd dress up for the 300th episode. I'm wearing a tuxedo T-shirt just to prove that, I am here to party, but at the same time, I'm going to be a little formal because it is the 300th episode.
This guy is too much, bro.
What's up, everybody? How are you?
Definitely a gentleman.
Yeah, you got to. This is perfect.
Are you auditioning for the next Batman movie?
I think I'm a little too fat for that.
Yo, what did you think about practice today, Jeremy?
I really didn't get to catch up much on it. I've been so busy, but I don't really like take too much from practice like everyone does. Everyone like overreacts. Some days they're like, the defense beat the offense. I mean, that's good. That's what you want. You want it to be competitive. I like competitive practice. That's the way to do it. I think it's good if Tua struggles some days, and I think that's like only going to make him better. I'd be a little worried if he was great every day because I don't think that not struggling will help him. I think there's days that he needs to struggle. So,
What
I
do you
like
think
it.
about? Do you think he's gonna play this Sunday?
I hope not. That'd be dumb. I don't see why he should play. I really don't think he should play. I'm fine with him sitting. I didn't even think he should have went back in the game after the first series last week. That's what I tweeted. I mean, what does he need to do? What does he need to show? I mean, the only way you could sell me on Tua playing is if Will Fuller plays, then Albert Wilson plays, and Devontae Parker plays, so that he can get some reps with them. That's the only way you could sell me on it.
Yeah. Were you? How many did you have a bucket to collect your tears when Pitts didn't play again?
Yeah. What's that about, man? That's kind of unheard of, right? A rookie to not play in the preseason when he's not injured. It's kind
Are
of
they
weird.
that confident?
I mean, probably. I would be, but still, they got to be, right?
I don't know. It's kind of odd, man. Like he
I've
hasn't
never
even
seen
seen a
that.
series yet. What's going on, Martin?
What's up, Martin?
What's up, Reason? What's up, Clump? What's
How
up,
you doing,
fellas?
bro?
What's up, buddy?
Hanging, man, pretty good. I'm only suspecting that that they didn't play Pitts because I think they know something that we don't, as in he might not be that ready right now. I don't.
Why do you got to get him all worked up, bro?
I agree. That's why the Dolphins didn't draft him. He's a bust.
I'm just saying in the joint practices, the one that was really cooking was Calvin Ridley. We know that for sure. But Pitts had his moments too.
Yeah,
But
he has his moments.
yeah, but I don't know, man. He might be like a rookie, and we might be putting him on like a Jeremy Shockey pedestal
I mean, maybe
right now.
maybe they're just not rushing him along, right? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think rookies should get more redshirt years than they do anyway. So,
Agreed.
But not a tight end.
well, I mean, it does depend a little bit, but yeah, I mean,
The guy's
I
a
think-
weapon. You got to
I
get
think
him
he's
out
so
there.
good. They're just saving him. I think he's
Yeah,
gonna have a
that's
monster
it's
year.
exactly what
Maybe.
they're doing with
Mhm.
Herbert. They're like, we don't need to see anything.
keep him healthy for the year.
I hear
We're doing it with our receivers, right? So,
I can't lie, man. I'm starting to think the Patriots they're showing their true colors, man. I think they're scared of us, bro. They're in the news right now for the wrong reasons. I'm like, the Dolphins are getting into their head, man. I don't know.
I mean,
They made a smart
I think-
trade today, though.
Oh, Sony Michel?
Yeah, I mean they got the fourth round. It'll end up being a fourth round pick, which they probably wouldn't have got anyways after he left in free agency. So not bad.
Would we have took a 4th round pick for Sonny Michel?
I wouldn't have.
I
Nah.
wouldn't either.
Probably would have waited until after he was cut.
I think we were trying to get him on a free, weren't we? If it was
Yeah.
cut.
Well, look how the Rams are desperate right now. Yo, all right, so okay, like I get what you're saying with not gauging practice, but someone actually said to me today, they're like, isn't it troubling that it's a recurring theme that the O-line's always having to bounce back?
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's going to be all year though. I think the offensive line is
I hope not.
they're not going to be great every week. There's no shot. There's just too many unknowns.
Right.
These players need to progress. I mean, we're talking about young offensive linemen. I mean, Jesse Davis is the veteran, and he's probably the worst one, which is not good. So
They just need to make sure that their bounce back day is on game
Don't
day,
tell Omar Keller.
right?
I said probably, which was pretty rude of me to the other offensive linemen. Jesse Davis is definitely the worst one.
Yep.
But honestly, this is a bunch of young guys, man. They're gonna learn. They're gonna bounce back. I'm okay. That's why I want Liam Eichenberg to be starting right tackle. Let him get his lumps now.
Yes, sir.
He looked
Yeah,
good.
I know he looked good, but why haven't they boosted him yet? What are we
I don't
waiting
know.
for?
I saw. Did you see
Nerves.
Flo's? After they asked him how he did when he watched the film, he like did the typical Flo where he's like, thought he played good, but there was a lot he could have did better. Like he just like dunked on him right away. Like, good job, rookie, but guess what? You can be better.
Yeah, he doesn't tell anything. Yeah.
He did have a terrible rep in the run game though when he whiffed. Like he had a Jesse Davis whiff that no one's posted yet. It was bad. It was real bad.
What's up, Z-Man? Comment, Logan. How you doing, Logan? Everything good, bro?
I mean, yeah.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Look who it is. The biggest Tua hater of them all. Jeremy Clump.
And Albert Wilson hater.
Oh, yeah.
This guy weaseled his way out of the Albert Wilson trade.
Yo,
our
how
bet.
funny is that? Yo, I just somehow lucked out, and
How was
Albert
it
Wilson-
Bowden? That's the one. Everyone expected Wilson to be the one to go down. It's freaking Bowden.
And now
And you know, I'm telling you why. No, you know why, bro? Because he was going to be moved to the practice squad, and they knew they weren't going to
They wouldn't be able to keep it.
They wouldn't even be able to keep him, bro. Dude, come on, bro.
Yeah,
That wasn't like he didn't get carted off, dude.
Well, according to my sources, the reason that he agreed to go on IR is because he has that terrible Dolphins tattoo on his leg, and he didn't want to go to another team.
Yo, but that's exactly how they played it.
But wouldn't it have to be
still a smart move?
Wouldn't it have to be like the injury bad enough for them to think that he's gonna be out the whole year anyway, or no?
Nah, a lot of teams usually do IR stashes. They just change the rules.
Yeah, the IR change, and you can get a free stash. And I'll tell you exactly why they're doing it, because of the hit that room's going to take next year. Fuller might be gone, and Parker might be gone.
Wilson
and Wilson too, right? They got to re-sign Wilson too.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Reason.
Yo,
I did read an article today. First, congratulations on 300, my friend.
Thank you.
For real.
Been here since the beginning. Tom.
I read an article today where the way they can get Bowden back during the season is if they buy him out of his
injury settlement
and re-sign him.
Yeah, you got to give him an injury settlement and then you re-sign him.
But he has to go to waivers. He has to go to waivers.
And and he can go to any team.
Yeah. He would have to clear waivers since he's a young player. It's different than Fluker, because Fluker, I think it's like if you accrue so many years, you don't have to go to waivers. But since Bowden is younger, he's got to go to waivers, and any team can pick him up then.
Will you think they bring Fluker back eventually? Or is that
they can now? He doesn't go to waivers. He's just a free agent right away.
Yeah, they could have brought him back like the next day.
What happened to that guy that we cut last season, Curtis Weaver? Is he still in the league?
He's with Cleveland.
He's with the Browns, yeah.
He missed all of last year with his injury. You should see him now. He's ripped, bro. Like, remember the big thing with him last year was his body shape, right? He had like a really odd body, and now he's like in much better shape. He's jacked. That guy, go watch him at Boise State. That guy was ridiculous, man.
I know.
Well, we had him for a little bit.
And I will say that Cleveland on paper looks like the best team in the NFL, bro. I can't even lie. As far as depth wise, talent. I don't know, man. I just see a real legitimate like Super Bowl contending team like on paper.
With the names, bro. The names they got.
Woo-hoo! Look at that.
Is that Carson?
Carson in the Colts.
How'd they get that? They photoshopped it like that.
Yeah.
Hey, he's back already. That stinks for the Dolphins. I thought he wouldn't play.
Quentin Nelson is too, huh?
How do you just automatically assume he's gonna beat us, bro?
Right.
No. I don't think I don't mean it like that. I meant it in a sense where they'd be better off if he was.
If Jonathan Taylor has a game, we don't win that game though. That's what I'm worried about is Jonathan Taylor. So, bro, how impressed have you? Who's been your most impressive lineman so far?
Who are you asking?
You.
Me? My most impressive lineman is gonna be. I'm gonna go weird here. If someone that I've kind of trashed a little, I'm gonna say
Dieter.
I'm gonna go Dieter. Yeah. You know, I don't think he's played the best. Yeah. But I think like before the year started, I was trashing him, like saying there's no way he should start at center. And honestly, he's
surprise,
he's progressed. Sure. Yeah, he's such a surprise, honestly. And like, there's plays, yes, when you can tell he's not the best center in the NFL. But like, dude, I mean, I can't sit here and tell you that Skura should be playing over him. Like, I'm glad Dieter's playing over Skura. And didn't you? I think I was listening to you as I was writing. Did he get benched to third string today? Skura did.
Yeah, because he had the yips again.
Oh yeah, the yips.
No, hey, I told everyone, if it's raining, he won't.
But
be
that's
able to
probably.
The ball.
That's probably going to be who the backup is. So hopefully Dieter stays healthy too. Because
he should.
Because if he didn't, then Skura would have to come in and have the yips for us. So
Dieter's interview is really cool too. If anyone hasn't seen it, I would watch it at the start of camp. He's a cool guy.
Nah, Dieter, honestly, man, as far as all the linemen, I'm with you, Clump. He's been the most impressive, if you ask me. Like,
surprising,
as far as what we expected out of him and how he's played, like, oh my goodness, it's not even close.
Does this kind of change how you guys feel about the 2019 draft if Dieter ends up starting?
I mean, it improves it. It can only improve it if he actually proves to be a worthwhile commodity. Because the other alternative is that he's not and he's useless, and then it's bad. Right? So it's like
I'll be honest.
Stock up.
I'll be honest with you. The whole inside of that line has impressed me with the way Tua has been able to climb the pocket, something he couldn't do last
Kinley's
year.
had some air reps.
Yeah, you kind of expected that from
playing next to Nick Austin Jackson. I'd have bad reps too.
I feel like
it rubs off on you.
The reps Hunt loses though are still like wins in my eyes. Like some plays he gets blown back a little, but he's still like not letting the guy get through. You know, like
yeah.
And he recovers well too.
You don't always have to win a rep dominantly. Like sometimes you just got to do your job.
Stalemates, man. Stalemates. Get the majority of stalemates and then a couple wins, and you should be good. Just don't get any bad losses. Yeah.
Even with Kinley's like up and down performances, like there was that one play where Tua stepped in the pocket. They were in the red zone. He made the pass to Gesicki for the first down, and a defensive player flashed in front of Tua. He sidestepped and stepped in. If Solomon Kinley didn't hold steady, that anchor in front of him, he would have never gotten that pass off accurately. So I was like, bro, everybody up front, like you said, that interior, once they get it together and once they understand each other, I mean, from Kinley to Dieter to Hunt, bro, I think this is when Tua starts cooking, because Reason mentioned this a while back. Yeah. Tua is notorious for stepping up into the pocket and delivering straight dimes whenever he has that opportunity. So again, from left guard to right guard, once those guys just consistently, show that, Tua can trust them, bro, I think it's lights out, though. I really do.
Think about the two things last year that he didn't have trust in. One was his health, and two, the offensive line. Now he's got his health. Give him that offensive
and
line.
Receivers.
Yes.
And
receivers.
And the receivers, sure. But I mean, so three
and the coordinators.
Three things.
And coordinators.
Pretty much everything.
Whatever. But
let's actually name the things he did trust. It's easier.
That's accurate. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but it's huge. It's huge.
He trusted his parents.
I want to say one thing that a lot of people have been annoying me with. A lot of the whole pump the brakes. It's preseason, which I totally agree with. But dude, I don't know, man. I've watched a lot of football in my life. That was pretty spectacular how good he was. Like,
agreed.
Look great.
I'm telling you, like, again, yes, it's preseason. Some of the starters aren't playing, but dude, it's the NFL, and like, I don't care what level you're playing at. The degree of like greatness he played with in that game was incredible. I mean, everything was working for him, dude. It was great. He was so good.
Execution is execution, bro.
Dude,
it doesn't matter if it's ones or backups. When you execute, it's execution. I
don't care if the 5th string corner's in or the 10th string corner's in, where he was putting the ball that has nothing to do with who's in there. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
He was
that's a fact.
Accurate.
That game against
insane.
that week 1 game. Like, look at how many times he would throw that tight window throw to Hollins, and Austin Jackson almost took his leg off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
the only person I don't want out there is Xavier Howard on him, but he's on our team, so yay.
Yeah, like you look at even the tight window throws. Like, that was a tight window throw to Hollins that he made with Austin Jackson on his leg, and he didn't even get to step into it. Like, the kid's showing not only the zip that everyone questioned, but he's showing all the traits that made everyone fall in love with his tape at Bama.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you get Tuscaloosa Tua, if we get Tuscaloosa Tua, we're going to get the most efficient quarterback in the NFL, and we're going to win games.
Wow. I think the one thing as well that you say there, Reason, when Tua was at Alabama, look at all the weapons he had, but now he's and the line as well, the offensive line as well. He had some studs on that line over the 3 years that it was there, but now he's in Miami on a developing offensive line.
And here's my thing, like, you talk about the offensive line. See, it's one thing for everyone to say, oh my God, he had, like, other than Jedrick Wills, I mean, Landon Dickerson did not play much. Landon Dickerson has been hurt every year he played, literally, okay? Like, name the other elite tackle. Like, I don't think Leatherwood was elite.
I was going to say, you didn't like Leatherwood, but Leatherwood was pretty solid. He was a high recruit, too, wasn't he?
Yeah, but so was what's-his-face. We had this whole recruit. Austin Jackson was a 5-star recruit. Yeah, how's that working out, bro? All right, so there's like,
I feel like going to Bama though.
I hated Leatherwood, bro. I hated Leatherwood, bro.
I think it's first rounder, right?
Yeah. Reach and a half.
That was a reach, yeah.
Yeah, like my whole issue with I think it's kind of like the Patriots. They have a good O-line coach. They have a good system in place, and it turns like let me put it this way. Evan Neal is in a total different stratosphere than Alex Leatherwood. Okay?
Absolutely
like,
correct.
Not even close.
Definitely.
And I would say Jedrick Wills was too. And Leonard Dickerson was great, but he was hurt all the time. So my whole point is he didn't go from like, go look at Herbert's, that Penei Sewell led Oregon line with like Shane Lemieux and Throckmorton and all those guys. Like that was really, really highly touted and like really held, like it won a bunch of awards and shit. And that offensive line, that group. And my whole thing was he didn't go from some elite to like, you know, to okay line. This guy went to a line with a couple of good players and one like elite player.
First
and
round
then
pick.
1.5 elite players because Dickerson was there for half the time. And then, but the thing is, then he went to total shit. Like now it's like we don't have anyone in the same realm as Jedrick Wills. Hell, we got a bunch of Alex Leatherwoods, like on the tackles. We got Austin Jackson and Jesse Davis. We got guys that are like, they're not, like I said from the moment we drafted this guy, he's not going to be a Pro Bowl tackle. I've said the only positive is he's a left tackle, and that's the oncoming traffic for Tua. So it's not his blind side, so you don't got to be worried. This is exactly why they've never experimented him with on the blind side, because they've seen what he gives you at left tackle. And they said Jesse Davis is a better option. And they're so stuck on Hunt being at guard now, right? Like, which, I mean, is the right decision. I've been saying since we drafted him. But we have, like, literally no options at right tackle right now. Like, Jermaine Illuminor was the starting left tackle for the New England Patriots last year. We just cut him. He didn't even make it down to the final 80.
He didn't even take any reps at tackle either, which I thought was
weird,
right?
Just guard.
I don't know why they cut him. He was the perfect backup, in my opinion.
And now, I'll tell you this much. Eichenberg looked way better than what Jesse Davis has looked this whole preseason in his limited snaps.
Agreed.
Yeah, and there was the whole failed Isaiah Wilson project as well.
Eichenberg might be one to be those guys where it's like, don't get clumped started on Isaiah Wilson. Eichenberg might be one of those guys where he looks like meh in practice, and when the whistle blows, he's a gamer.
Hopefully,
I believe that. He's shown up so many times. So essentially, there is a distance between practice and the game, like how you're explaining. But in Eichenberg's case, since he's been playing left guard, majority of the training camp, and now they just shifted him to right tackle. As far as let's throw him in and see what he can do against the Falcons, like how you said, he was one of the more solid, blockers throughout the entire time he was playing. So I'm just wondering, why aren't they starting him? Because he should be playing. Like,
I think
maybe they just don't think he's quite ready.
They probably want him to earn it, kind of how they did like with Robert Hunt last year.
That's exactly what I was going to say. They did the same thing with Robert Hunt.
Do you think there's an element of Austin Jackson's a high first round pick? We can't give up on him so soon.
Yep. That's a big whiff. You know why? Because it's connected to the Texans. That's one of the Texans picks. That's your Tunsil replacement.
Yep.
Talk about a downgrade when I put it in that term, don't I? Huh?
Yeah.
But we asked for it though. I mean,
they got to live with it. It's their choices, right? So
yeah,
But hey, I mean, we'll see how
the problem is. I'm telling you right now. The problem is if this defense stays healthy, this offensive line could hold this defense back from an AFC Championship appearance.
Because they get worn out from having to.
Like if we had a known commodity top 15 offensive line, I would be saying this team could go to the AFC Championship this year.
Yeah, for sure.
I will say the defense being great and getting off the field on third down will help the offensive line, because they'll wear teams down the more they run the ball and stuff. Then that will help. The defense is key.
As long as they can, as long as they can string some drives together and don't like go 3 and out, or have short drives where it gets stalled after like 5 plays or something like that. Because then
They've
get
looked
worn
good.
out.
They're down so far. I know again it's the preseason, but Tua has been moving the chains. So
he's looked great. Yeah.
But look at. Did you notice, Clump, how our passing game looked like a run game?
Just the quick snap throw, yeah.
Small little chunks at a time, and we worked down the clock without even having to run the ball.
A lot of the those little bubbles they're throwing, I wouldn't even really consider those RPOs in a sense. They are RPOs, but like the way I used to run them when I coached, we would call that key game, where literally you would just snap the ball and you'd only read that one defender, and you either throw it if he blitzed or you'd hand it off if he didn't. So technically, yes, RPO. But that's what they were doing. They're just literally it's like an outside run then.
Yeah.
Kind of like how Kansas City does it.
Were you surprised by how much of their RPO game they showed?
No. I mean, dude, I think, was it Omar that said he was surprised, like how much RPO they showed and stuff? At the end of the day,
RPO is a lot of the same. Like the issue is a lot of the same stuff, right?
Yeah, it's all the same thing. You read one guy, like defensive coaches know it. It's tough. It's tough to defend, honestly.
Safety and linebacker.
That's how the Eagles won the Super Bowl that year. All they did was RPO'd everyone to hell, and like that was when it was relatively newer in a sense. But like, it makes it so much easier when you have a smart quarterback because all he does is he makes the defense wrong every play, and it's great. That's all. Like, people don't understand. They throw those bubble screens. They pick up 4 or 5 yards on first down. That's huge on first down.
Yeah,
I mean, that's huge.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it felt like a running game. Like, we were just slowly moving the clock. And the thing is, this defense is going to get rest.
Yeah.
Last year they didn't get much rest because the offense was stagnant at times.
And
that's
then
a scary thought.
I mean,
Tua is really good at.
Play... Go ahead.
Sorry. Tua is really good at navigating that pocket too. It's going to make everybody better. Like that second quarter, I think it was a touchdown that he threw to Gaskins. Like 2 plays in a row, he like stepped into that pocket. It's just something that we haven't seen as Dolphin fans. I think like Tannehill didn't have that. Chad Henne didn't have that. That's the 2 best quarterbacks I think we've had since Marino, right? So yeah, he stepped in the what? The J? Oh yeah, well that's like right after Marino, but
yeah.
I mean, they talked too about and we've talked about it, the being built for complementary football. I mean, that's what they need to do because that if the offense can at least string together some drives and move the ball downfield, then that keeps the defense off, and they just play complementary. So hopefully that's
Chad Pennington.
That's what we're looking for out of him. At least at the beginning of the season, show some consistency and stuff, and then build on that and gain that chemistry as you go through the year.
Man, we had a lot of quarterbacks.
And for real. Yeah. And honestly, this past practice from today with the defense dominating like this is very interesting because the way our offense has literally moved the football in the first 2 preseason games, like almost effortlessly, like we've been driving the ball down the field by will, like converting on third downs consistently, converting on big plays consistently. And then when we get into practice, our defense makes us look like, y'all ain't shit like on that level. But I'm just thinking to myself, if the defense is going to be a top 3 defense from start to finish, like how we anticipate with everyone healthy, bro, Reason, you say you're saying that everybody knows it. Once this offensive line finds their stride, and once they completely solidify from left tackle to right tackle for 5 consecutive starts, bro, it's gonna get interesting, man. It's gonna get interesting how we gonna play all these teams, bro.
Jeremiah Kelly's 110% right. Look at the Chargers; they ran wide receiver screens all day long, and that's why over half of Herbert's yardage came from after the catch.
Yeah,
was because of how many screens they ran, right? So
people only remember the deep bombs, but no one remember what really happened throughout the plays.
Yeah, no one remembers when we pushed him to the sidelines and beat his ass.
Nobody remembers 45-0.
Yo, I heard an interesting thing today. So, and we're going back a little bit because I talked about the Tunsil thing. So I heard the original proposal today. Like I heard what the Dolphins originally wanted. And they almost got it, but then they had to settle for that second rounder instead. They wanted and almost got 2 firsts in Jadeveon Clowney for Laremy Tunsil. What? And then at the last moment, the Texans backed out, and said, "We'll give you the second round pick."
Clowney stinks. Just want to throw it out
Clowney
there.
also said he never wanted to come here either.
Well, that was when he was a free agent. That was a free agent.
When he was in free agency.
Clowney is the most overrated first-round pick I've ever seen enter the NFL.
I don't know.
He still lives off the hype. He still lives off the hype of that huge hit against Michigan.
Dude,
if he
what
never
about
made
Ryan
that play,
Leaf,
he
bro?
would be considered a bust by many.
Come on, what about Ryan Leaf? He had a ton of heat. Remember, people remember the bust, but they don't remember the hype. They don't remember the hype about him, right?
I mean,
like
we
almost went ahead of fucking Peyton Manning.
We had probably the worst bust in Dolphins history with Deion Jordan. Man. We traded up and everything, bro. We knew he was going to change it.
Imagine if we would have taken Lane Johnson, where we'd be right now.
I know, man.
Imagine we'd be like, fuck Jackson, leave him out there. You know what I mean? And now it's like, oh well, we got to figure out where everyone's going here.
It's all
see, Corn.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
I was hyped about Vince Young, but I blame Fisher for Vince Young. Fisher almost ruined Goff. Go look at. Do you guys remember we were the first team Goff played?
Yes.
Yep.
Do you remember that game? All Goff threw was he threw like 25 slant routes. That's all.
Devontae Parker at the goal.
We lost you, Todd.
Line when it was about 2 minutes left. Less than 2 minutes.
Yeah, but like Goff looked terrible against.
Yeah, I said Devontae Parker with the game-winning catch. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 13 straight points.
Like he looked so bad, man. And I mean, I don't know. Like this offensive line, oh my god.
And I was gonna say, Reason, if there's anybody that's riding the wave of, past glory, it was Jeff Fisher, bro, when he went to the Super Bowl with the Titans.
McNair.
With McNair.
By like a yard and a half or whatever.
Yeah. After that Super Bowl, nobody could tell him nothing. This dude hair
didn't even win.
Back. I know, man. I
the 70s porn stash.
Did you guys celebrate his
Imagine had he won that.
Did you
Dude,
celebrate?
he looked like
the other day?
creepy attorney. What?
Yes, or
So,
the other 2 weeks ago was Jeff Fisher Day.
There's a Jeff Fisher Day in this world?
Yeah, 8 and 8.
Like oh wow. Oh, this guy. Dude, I loved Vince Young coming out. Yo, he ruined him, bro. You could have used him.
Vince Young.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. What Lamar Jackson is right now, people forget Vince Young as a true freshman at Texas was insanely good, bro.
That Rose Bowl game against US
was one of the best I've ever seen, bro.
Yeah. It was incredible.
He suffered from the Madden curse, man.
I used to rewatch that game. Remember those old what were they called? iPods that had like the video on them? I don't even remember what they were.
Nanos, right?
Well, the one that you could watch videos on. I used to rewatch that Vince Young game all the time, dude.
Dude, that game was incredible.
I had so much money on that game. That I can't. Oh my god, I would have lost so much money if he didn't score.
Oh wow!
I'd still be trying to get out of debt.
You'd be having your knees come after you. How much was it like you went to the mafia boss? It was like, yo, 100 grand.
Dude,
taking your knees.
Okay, here's another one. Do you remember the hype? There was hype about behind Matt Leinart.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I remember him.
And he's freaking flopped with the Cardinals.
That was
every USC quarterback. Every one of them because they played in the conference.
Carson lived up to it till the injury.
Well, right, Carson. That's another one. See, you mentioned
and
all
he
my
came
Connecticut
back.
boys. Carson went to a high school called St. Joseph's High School in Trumbull, Connecticut, for 1 week. His father moved here his senior year of high school, and Carson went to the off-season camp and realized he was bigger than all the offensive linemen. And he said, I'm not playing here. And his father let him stay in California for the year. And he commuted back and forth on weekends just so Carson could finish his high school career in California instead of Connecticut.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Wow.
But USC quarterbacks, honestly, man, they just catch bad breaks when they get to NFL. Matt Leinart was supposed to be the starter in Arizona, but the old, gloved one Hall of Famer Kurt Warner just waltzed in there after getting booted out of New York because Eli wanted to be the starter all of a sudden, and then
but
boom,
all the
take the Super Bowl.
Career rejuvenation.
Remember Matt Barkley?
It happened.
But the knock
Matt
got
Barkley
Tua
was brutal. Matt Barkley lit us up though last night.
I know.
The knock on Tua, right. The knock that you get on Tua, where he plays with all this talent and all that, that was the problem with the USC quarterbacks. But they played in a conference that, I mean, first of all, a wide receiver got 15 yards. The athletes at USC were just so talented, compared to the rest of the conference. And then all of a sudden, and 90% of them never played a bad weather game. Like when Sanchez got drafted by the Jets, I laughed. Sanchez never played in a game under 65 degrees, and everybody just assumed he was going to the Meadowlands and wasn't going to turn the ball over, was going to throw the ball fine, and it's like, first of all, they turned the ball over too much, all of them. Even Sam Darnold, it was so obvious. You don't get to the NFL, and you just don't get to the NFL and cut your turnovers in half, especially when, Darnold turned the ball over in the end zone. The second game of the year, coming off the win against Detroit, when Miami goes there and we open up a 20-0 lead, and they come down and they score a touchdown to start the second half, and they make it 20-6. They miss the extra point. We turn the ball over, and he has 1st and goal from the 10-yard line and throws an interception in the end zone to Rashad Jones on 1st and goal. Who throws an interception on 1st and goal when you're about to get back into going the game? You can't throw the ball into the first row. You throw it, and he threw it to Rashad Jones. It's not like it was a tipped ball or a defensive lineman picked him off. Like, he threw it right to the safety.
Sam Darnold was my favorite division quarterback because he just always threw it to us. He always threw it to us. It's like we're gonna have 4 picks today. Like,
what's crazy? Do you guys remember his pro day in the rain?
We play him though.
This guy was dropping dimes, and I was like, "Woo!" But it was in shorts, right? Look at Trevor Lawrence. They announced Trevor Lawrence as a starter, and I saw this coming from when this guy was in his shorts and missing guys from the 10-yard line and throwing into the first row. I'm like, how's that not an issue for anyone right now? Like,
I don't know, man.
Trevor Lawrence, I'm telling you right now, he's not going to be what they've hyped him up to be.
Yeah, I agree.
It was because of the deep throw. That was all it is.
He is not in. If people actually watched Andrew Luck, he is not in Andrew Luck's realm when Andrew
not
Luck
at all.
coming out.
Not at all.
And I'll go even further. If Tua was healthy, he wouldn't have been in Tua's realm coming out. We're talking about mechanics, et cetera, et cetera.
Pro ready, yeah.
Like, you just. I don't know, man. I'd be worried if I was in Jacksonville right now.
And to stick on the USC quarterbacks, how is the history of the USC, flops at quarterback going to affect Slovis right now? Because I think that kid is actually good.
He's actually good.
But with this whole, does USC produce good quarterbacks or not? I don't know, man.
Just break the.
You can't really take that approach.
Well, JT Daniels at Georgia right now was from USC,
right?
And then Slovis got him out, right? Darth Vader says, "Do you think Miami faces Mac or Cam week 1?"
Mac Jones.
Macaroni noodle arm. Did you hear today? Did you hear today, Club?
They said
he was 18 of 18 to start practice against the Giants number 1s, and then he was like 21 of 23 at one point.
Dude, he's not bad.
Because today was just Mac Jones against the Giants 1 today.
Who? Mac Jones.
He's gonna be good. He's gonna be good. And be annoying.
Belichick said he's going to have to outplay Cam though to get the job.
Yeah, but Cam isn't vaccinated. Cam just had to sit out for 5 days because they traveled.
That's not going to be hard right now.
He's in the protocol.
Yeah, you got if you travel or whatever, you come back, you're not allowed to enter the facility for 5 days. Even if you have negative test.
He had a non-team certified test done or something, right?
Yeah.
Can you imagine this Dolphins defense versus Mac Jones week 1, bro? Oh my!
Buddy.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
We're gonna have the top receivers in that game.
Real true turf.
David Howard, Javon Holland, and
I gotta get word to X. I know he'll keep the first one, but I'll pay $500 for the second pick. I want the ball.
Man.
I want the ball.
Could you imagine if Mac Jones lights up the Dolphins week 1 though?
Oh God. We won't hear the end of that.
How deflating would that be for the rest of the season?
Yeah, that would be the worst.
Structured. Yeah.
The only way it would happen is if they run the football on us. And because of what they're going to throw at him, they're going to stack the box on that guy so bad. They're going to dare Mac Jones to beat him.
He does have an elite wide receiver at Nelson Aguilar.
Elite.
N'Keal Harry. I mean, he's got some first round studs he's throwing.
Kendrick Bourne.
And Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith are both hurt, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they just claimed another tight end, I think, off waivers I saw.
Jeez. Their offensive line is good, though. Like, their offensive
they're
line.
decent.
They're running backs
We
are
can get enough pressure on him up the middle.
Fucking Ramondre Stevenson, man.
That's what they're going to lean on.
They find it. They always find good offensive
Is
linemen.
the
Patriots,
exact
don't they?
quarterback that X Bates. I mean, he is just gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it's a multiple interception game for X.
Yeah,
I
hope so.
agree.
I mean, I think it's gonna probably be a defensive
Jeremy's taking notes and
game
names right now.
overall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's always got to be that guy. And now he's like, oh, what if Mac Jones is better?
Dude, I tweeted this. If Mac
There's
Jones
some
is great,
chance.
if Zach Wilson's great, Tua is great, and Josh Allen's great, how fun is the AFC East going to be? It's going to be pretty wild.
It's going to be terrifying. to be
wild.
honest.
I don't want to deal with that, bro.
I want the easy.
Yeah, because that means everybody's winning 10 games.
You did say you wanted to beat your opponents at their best, though. So
Yeah.
So if they have
Yeah,
their
but I don't need them to
quarterbacks,
hit on quarterbacks. That doesn't mean they hit on other quarterbacks.
well,
They just
can't
got
hit on
Lamar
everyone.
Sanchez.
Zach Wilson's looked
Couple
pretty
more
solid
Sanchez's.
too, man. He is
He
like
looks
the
good.
best
I mean,
passer
look,
rating.
it is, you know, it is still preseason. I mean, look, it's, you know, take what you want from any of it in any which way, but you know, it doesn't matter until week 1 and it's live bullets.
When it counts.
But Zach
when it
Wilson is
counts.
already getting Dan Marino conversations. They're already comparing him to Dan the Man.
Yeah,
for
well,
some
guess
reason.
what? Tua gets to have actual conversations with Dan.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go that far with Zach
40
Wilson.
points a game to win because they're
Is Zach Wilson, how's he getting compared to Dan Marino? I'm crying out loud.
I don't know.
Nah,
I mean,
that's excessive.
He's probably I've been hearing he's having a solid camp and he looked all right from what I saw in those games, but I mean I don't know, but see that's why like it's just wild to me that people get into their feelings like that and then start slinging around all kinds of like over the
Names.
top like I'm
telling you right now, Trey Lance is
going
going to be when this is all said and done. Trey Lance will be the best quarterback of this class.
Yeah,
I said that.
I really
Yeah, I
like
said
Trey
it too.
Lance. Yeah.
He's good, dude. He's so good.
Dude, that guy has
He had hell of a
Mahomes
touch
like
bomb.
that guy has Mahomes like tools. That's what.
Yeah, and everyone
threw like an 80-yard bomb the other week.
He can run good too, dude.
Yeah, bro.
He's a good runner.
And they've
Just
got
like Fields, bro. If Fields becomes a good processor, Fields has the chance
Fields
to be
would
the
be
best of this class too.
I can never get over Fields' windup though. He's got like a hitch in his throw. I swear.
You can, but you can fix that. With
Yeah,
a
you
good,
can
like
that's just mechanics.
Jackson had a hitch when he came out.
Yeah,
his is like the weird one.
Yeah,
like
Breeze changed his mechanics too. Remember, Breeze had problems.
But he changed his mechanics because of his shoulder injury.
But Aaron, I think Aaron Rodgers is kind of the poster boy of what it looks like to change your mechanics from college to the league. Because at Cal, he had the high school mechanics where the ball was at his ear the entire time, and he would just unload and throw. But now, after that, 3 years sitting behind Brett Favre, he just completely retooled his mechanics, and now the
that's
ball
another
is
one, bro.
in his chest.
That's the other guy. Remember, I wanted him real bad last year, but I said we'd have to start him for 2 years, and I knew we wouldn't. So was Jordan Love. Jordan Love takes over. Watch, bro. That guy has it's Trey Lance type of tools, man. He's the exact same thing. And what was the issue with Lance that was with Love was accuracy at times.
Yeah. Them off-platform throws was a bomb. He was real good. Well, Lance still got it, Love has always had it.
I still think Trey Lance is still raw though, like raw.
Yes.
He's only been playing the position for
he's in the right system
3
though.
years, I think.
Right.
That's the thing.
He'll be
San
the
Fran's
second
the right
best
place
quarterback
for
from
him.
North Dakota State to enter the NFL.
Yeah, I mean that's what most of the,
Clump. That's quite the assessment.
I'll tell you right now, if he gets it together, he's got way more tools and a higher ceiling than Wentz.
Yeah, and he's also not mentally weak like Carson Wentz.
Yes.
that's the thing is most analysts, I mean, from what I saw, projected this kid to be one of the best out of this class. It's just that he's raw. But yeah, I mean, he's showcasing it, and he's got a team that's actually, pretty well built around him too. So
True.
if he does have to come in early, or if they decide to go with him, whatever, at least he's not, put in a position where he's got like a shit offensive line or something. He's got a good offensive line. He's got good weapons. That defense is damn good. So especially now that they're getting a lot of those guys back that they missed from last year. So I still think that they're going to probably start Jimmy G. But you never know, bro. I mean, and at some point there's a possibility he comes in, whether it be injury or they just want to see him or whatever. And he's got a good opportunity there.
I wouldn't be surprised if Kyle Shanahan has a package for him every single game, almost like how Baltimore did with Lamar Jackson and Joe Flacco. I think they want to see him early.
Yeah, we just don't want them to succeed because we have their pick and we want it to be high. So
against the 49ers.
Yeah,
man.
So that's the only thing is because if they have a good year, then that pick's going to be at the back end of the picking order. So
it's a tough division.
I mean, really,
right? That's what I was thinking. Yep.
They might not have really that good of a year because they are in a tough division.
The division's tough.
Really tough.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. The Rams, the Seahawks, and the Cardinals. That's a tough division, bro.
Yeah.
Tough division.
I mean, they could just have a really good division and all the teams play really well. So
maybe.
Just quickly, guys, just to let you all know,
let us know, dude.
The Miami Dolphins tickets for the London game went on sale today over here in England, and they have gone. I mean, a friend of mine logged in to try and get tickets, and he was in the queue of 60,000 just to try and get a ticket.
Wow.
So, I mean, the game has exploded over here, guys. I mean,
awesome.
in Europe and England. So that game's going to be sold out.
Dude, we're going to light up Trevor Lawrence, too. That'll be the game that puts the defense on the map. We're like, oh, they lit up Trevor Lawrence. Oh, they must be for real.
Yeah, the other day, so I was looking for a podcast yesterday, and 560 had this Bart Scott Hahn show or whatever. I guess it's syndicated on 560 now. So there's this Vikings beat writer. I guess she works for ESPN Radio. So she's filling in, and I'm actually just looking for something that's playing in the background. And she went on to say that Trevor Lawrence is in a good spot to start his career because the first 5 teams that he plays play horrible defense, and she went on to list that Miami's a bottom 5 defense, and she's going through this, and I'm like, this is why women in sports radio they just can't gain any traction because how do you go on the radio?
That might be a little dangerous. That might be a little far. Because look, there's a lot of dude reporters out there that don't do their research too. So.
Ben Volin.
Right, but they're not battling they aren't battling.
No, what he's saying is this is one of the people that'll hold them back.
They don't get They don't get a chance. You know what I mean? They don't get a chance because the minute.
Oh, Todd got
you hear that if you're already preconditioned to doubt her being a female, now all of a sudden you hear that and you immediately just go, oh, forget this. You know what I mean? Because that's so outlandish.
Well, what was it? Reason was it that not to heap on chick reporters or anything, but wasn't it a chick reporter from like the Falcons or who was it that just didn't like do reports? Remember you called out some chick. It was either I can't remember if it was the Bears or the Falcons.
It was this chick leave me out of this.
Yeah, I know. Hey, it's a chick from.
I'm sorry.
No, it was a chick from the Atlanta Athletic. She didn't go to Miami for the joint practices, so Athletic you got to pay for, and she didn't pay, so she didn't put up any joint practice notes on the Athletic.
I feel like we should just revert to Mel Kiper's bad takes right now.
I feel like the Bengals should sit to I'm not to a Burrow.
So random.
They're not going to because
they already said
right now. The NFL behind the scenes is telling them we want to see a little Tua, we want to see a little Burrow.
A little Burrow versus Tua action.
Let's talk a little Dan Orlovsky saying the Dolphins are going to make the playoffs.
Attaboy.
And
he answered yes quicker than he said I do into his wedding bag.
Yeah, and he decided to leave me on red again.
You spelled my name wrong, Doug.
Oh, did he?
Cool,
did you dirty?
He did
I
his
didn't
dirty.
Dirty?
Yeah, I hit him
What,
up.
what's with all these people big timing lately, bro?
I was like, yo, you want to set up another interview to talk Tua? And
Dillian.
Yeah,
And
he
he just said
he
no.
did that on purpose. It's the lion.
Dillian.
Yeah.
Dillian.
It is how you're. That's the regular spelling of Dillian.
he also I just noticed he turned off the notifications for our messages now too, so I don't even have reds on for him. Oh, I'm down bad.
Now it's just sent.
Yeah, dude.
Dougley Durong, congrats on 300, brother. Looking forward to 300 more. What's up, Jeremy? What's up, Dylan? How you doing?
There he is, the man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah.
He just hit his 25K recently. Congrats to him on
So
that.
crazy.
Yo, so no Dan Orlovsky interview, bro? No chance? What's up?
I don't know. I mean, we were close for
Why
a
don't you
little
tell
while.
them the story of how you drove Dan Orlovsky away, Clump?
So Dan Orlovsky
him
and I
away.
were close, and then after I decided to stop covering the Eagles, I said how Eagles fans suck and they're all this stuff. And oh wait, Reason, I know which one. Are you talking about the other one? The
No. Where you talking about
Okay,
all the
okay.
Dolphins
There's a whole
fans
nother one that I'll never say on air that'll never come to the day of light. But so his wife is actually from Philly and she's a diehard Eagles fan, and I like tweeted something like Eagles fans are like the worst fans in the world or something, and he unfollowed me, which was pretty depressing.
I mean, it wasn't a direct shot.
I
or
will
anything.
say
that was not Dan's fault, by the way.
I will say my wife is sitting next to me right now, and she can say that this story is true. I may have or may not have FaceTimed Dan Orlovsky on New Year's Eve. Who knows?
I mean,
believe that for what it is. But
you just said there was a verified witness, so I think we have to believe it.
So Dan Orlovsky and
This
I,
guy's
yeah.
FaceTiming Dan Orlovsky to wish him how a hammered happy New Year, bro.
It was probably not my brightest moment, but maybe some would argue it was my
Did
brightest moment.
he answered. That's the crazy thing about it.
Yeah. It was definitely my moment where he realized that him and I probably shouldn't talk anymore.
Oh, Clump went Dolphins Twitter on Dan Orlovsky.
Yeah.
But if Dan is saying that, you know, without hesitation we're a playoff team with this type of tour, bro, this is just the first phase, bro.
And
He's a great quarterback evaluator. I love how he
absolutely
breaks down quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. I know everyone will say he ran out of the back of the end zone and he went 0-16 and all that.
That's just talk.
At least
he knows what he's talking about.
He knows what he's talking about. He's a very good football mind.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Seth 499. Happy 300. All right, guys. Let's go through. Let's get some final thoughts from everyone. Todd, are you there, buddy?
I am. Reason, thank you again for a great show. Congratulations on 300. I wish I was here for the first 260 of them.
Same.
But yeah, I think I'm happy. I'm actually happy the offense struggled a little bit because to watch them bounce back from adversity tomorrow will be something to look for. And yeah, I think it's going to be an exciting week. I think we'll get some clarity by the end of the week, and I'm curious to see. I don't think it's as cut and dry as everybody thinks that we don't play some of the starters on Sunday. I think they're going to get some time
because of the layoff, the length of the layoff.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
the 2 weeks, and I do think that we still have some question marks. You know, I think there's a few areas of I think there's some position battles that still have to be won in a preseason game, aren't going to be handled in practice.
Mm-hmm.
Clump, your final thoughts.
First of all, 300. That's pretty dope. Congrats.
300.
I would say that it's an honor to know that I'm probably at least top 300 guests you've ever had. So that's pretty cool. But I don't know, man. I hope
made the cut.
I hope I make the cut. I mean, there's probably over 300, so I hope I make the cut. But I don't know. I really hope Tua doesn't play. I don't want to see any. I don't need to see any of these guys play anymore. Like, I know that there's the whole layoff thing and all that, and like play or not play, but I don't know. It's not worth it, especially with Austin Jackson. You know, falling back into him, doing that skateboard Joker GIF video that everyone sends, you know what I mean? Like I just think that yes, there are benefits to playing him, but I don't think that the benefits outweigh like just what could happen. You know what I mean?
True.
I wouldn't play him, but I think Tua is going to be great this year. I'm excited. I am very excited. And make sure you subscribe to Dolphin Digest because the first issue is dropping next week, and Tua's on the cover. So there's that.
There you go.
Nice.
Do they ship internationally?
Yeah, they ship everywhere.
There you go.
Yeah, wait, and make sure you do subscribe, everyone on here, because someone in this panel may be contributing every now and then to it. I don't know who it is, but it could be someone wearing an AFC hat right now.
Martin, your final thoughts, buddy.
Yes, sir. Reason, appreciate you for having us up on here. Another great show. 300. We salute that, man. That's a lot of hard work put in, bro. And we recognize it, and we bow to that, man. We appreciate all the content. And Clump, I will say, Brian Flores did mention he doesn't coach scared, and he doesn't want his players playing scared. So even when you have a situation where you don't want to see Tua play, he might still play him just because we have to make a point. We have to prove a point, bro. But either or, I'm still glad the defense is still showing up, even though we know the offense is pretty much here already. There's a lot of things to tweak and fine tune, but again, this entire team looks good. I hope we just stay on a consistent grind, a consistent pace, and I can't wait for week 1 to come, man, because it's time, fellas. We've been waiting, so it's here, man. Heads up.
I love it. Can I add one quick thing? I know it's final thoughts, but he just made me think of something. Mm-hmm. If the starters do play, and like you're right, if Brian Flores means that he doesn't coach scared and all that, then that truly makes me believe Will Fuller was seriously hurt, because if he wasn't hurt, then he should have been playing by those standards. So that's a whole other whole thing. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Good point.
Yeah.
Logan, your final thoughts.
Well, yeah, man. Happy 300th. Thanks for having all of us up here. I don't really want to see Tua play. I mean, we've seen enough. This guy knows what he's doing, so I just hope that nothing, no injuries, none of that nonsense, and we don't need to see Tua. But fins up, guys.
Red Comet, your final thoughts.
Oh boy.
I know.
The Giants.
I don't want to see Tua play, but on the other hand, I want to see him play so he just beats Burrow.
And there it is.
It doesn't matter.
And then hopefully Jamar Chase just looks like Jamar Chase has been.
And then
Z-Man, your final thoughts, buddy.
Yeah, man, I might have to put a picture on so you know who it is. But I'm glad the offense kind of struggled today. It's gonna give them, like Todd said, a chance to bounce back. And I wouldn't mind Tua playing a couple reps, just a couple series, just to get it, not really lose the edge he already has.
True.
And that's pretty much it. But fins up.
Dylan, your final thoughts.
Happy 300. We are 300. I love it. Thanks for having me. It's been great. Good conversation as always. Been a fun time. I'm ready for the regular season. I mean, this upcoming game is just it's going to be good to have football. I'm going to watch it, but that's really it. I'm super pumped for the season. So we need to get there already. And hopefully, like Logan said, no injuries. Let's stay healthy and let's have a good year. Fins up.
Crypto, your final thoughts, dude.
Hey, it's good hearing from you guys again. Happy 300. Congrats on your 300 and everything, and now 300 more. So I'm looking forward to seeing the actual wide receivers playing a little bit more. If they're not hurt, just get maybe one series or two. I've seen enough from Tua, so we're good. And now defense, I was going to say earlier, we're doing pretty good. So I think that 23 turnovers per game is going to be extended to 43 turnovers per game. Buried in that statement was a Super Bowl prediction. So that would count 20 more games.
That's a streak.
I snuck that Super Bowl prediction in there with that statement. But hey, But I hope, at least that's the goal. That's the hopes and the goal. But hey, I think we'll be all right in the Cincinnati as far as the dress rehearsal versus just trying to weed out the rest of the roster.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Justo donates $9.99. Says shout out to Reason in the panel. Great show as always. Fins up. And then British Fin fan, your final thoughts, dude.
Yeah, very very much same as Dylan. I'm ready for the season now. I've had enough viewings of practice games. Let's get to them. Let's get to, we've done all the practice. Let's get to the main show and let's hit it up in New England and let's get started.
Yeah,
like, I'll be honest. I'm ready. I'm ready to get into season mode, and I'm kind of done with reading off training camp reports. To be honest with you, so
yeah,
I'm ready to do my preview shows that matter, break down film, get into all that stuff. I'm ready, to get back into season mode here. So
close around the corner. Far.
I know.
All right, especially next week with a dead week, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's
it is.
So bad.
Yeah, we got
the next 2 weeks. Is a dead week.
The second week, at least we know, ends with them playing, right?
Can you tell me?
Yeah, the second week will.
Pete needs to go to bed, man.
Yeah, Pete is nuts, bro.
We're gonna send him to a jersey. We're gonna all sign it. We're gonna get a jersy, a tour, and we're gonna sign it, and we're gonna send it to Pete.
My God.
Is Pete on Twitter?
Waste of money.
Yeah.
I don't want to gift him. I don't want to gift him something like that so precious.
What's Pete's Twitter?
I think we should all spend a Christmas when Tua balls out and buy him a lump of coal.
There you go. I'll do that one.
The biggest lump of coal we can find.
Oh man!
All right, guys. I'll be back tomorrow night. I'll be back at 9:00 because I got to record the finish line before that. But we'll go over practice tomorrow. Hopefully, the offense rebounds and Tua has a better day, and they don't actually spend half of it as a walkthrough. So I'll see all y'all tomorrow at 9:00. All right, fins up all day, every day. Stay happy, healthy, safe, and blessed.